is exactly how many Aaliyah Tucker has stolen this season by herself.
Yeah, like we said, they're only averaging about 4 runs a game, but they've got it done. Their system's worked, obviously. 8-2, second place.
1-1 pitch is low and outside for a ball, 2-1.
And like I said, they've got a tough stretch here to end the season. Obviously, Mount here tonight, Transy tomorrow down in Lexington, and then Franklin on Saturday. Looking to make their first appearance back into the HCAC tournament since 2016, when they actually won the tournament and advanced to the NCAA regionals.
And then lost their coach. The 2-1 pitch swung on, fly ball, center field, coming in as Otto. Moves to her left, grabs it for the third out of the inning. So in the inning for Hanover, they get no runs on no hits. They leave one man on, and we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 2-0 Mount.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
As we head to the bottom of the fourth, Lions lead it 2-0, and they will have the middle of their order coming up: Elizabeth Ivers, Sarah Miller, and Casey Bramble. Ivers popped out to first near the mound, her first time up. Lions with a couple of homers in the last inning to take the 2-0 lead, and that pitch is way up high for a ball.
Good quick inning there for Sarah in the fourth. Obviously really kind of calmed down after getting the lead, and see if we can tack on a few more runs here in the bottom of the fourth for with the middle of the lineup up.
Behrman, 43 pitches on the afternoon, 29 strikes, so she's been effective except for the 2 home runs. That pitch low and outside for a ball, 2-0.
Hard to believe, a week from tomorrow starts the tournament. Top 5 teams make it. Double elimination, still undetermined on where it's going to be. The regular season champ will host.
And the 2-0 swung on and fouled off the glove of the catcher Hilgenhold. And the count now 2-1. Those Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, correct?
Yes, sir. And as of right now, like I said, we've got 6 teams fighting for 5 spots. Defiance has completed play, just kind of watching the games the rest of this week to see kind of how it plays out.
2-1. And the pitch to the plate swung on and fouled back over River Road on the right field side. 2-2 the count. And we can go ahead and announce that if we are hosting, we will be doing every game of the tournament.
Really looking forward to that opportunity if that occurs. It should be a really fun weekend.
Yeah. 2-0 pitch swung on and lined down the left field line, but it'll go foul.
You're talking some solid 5 teams in here, a lot of good pitching, a lot of good hitters, just solid teams all the way around fighting for different spots. Double elimination tournament. Really good feel around the ballpark.
I can guarantee you one thing. After this pitch, 2-2 the count, and it is down low, 3-2. I will be off my carb diet for that weekend.
Yeah.
I know there will be pizza here, there will be chicken, there will be forget it, it's done.
There'll be a lot of energy going around the campus. So hopefully a lot of games left to play, but hopefully that opportunity it comes, and we'll take that with stride.
Payoff pitch, Ivers right back through the mound and into center field for a base hit.
Tough play for Lily there. Hard hit ball, comes straight up through the middle. She attempted to put a glove onto it, but just too hard hit by Ivers for a single up the middle, and that brings up arguably one of the hottest hitters in the conference in Sarah Miller.
And And we're going to have a pinch runner at first base. That'll be Alyssa Whitmer. Whitmer has attempted 7 stolen bases this year. Keep that in mind. She's been successful on 6 of them.
Hey, Alyssa, I want to talk a little bit about her. She's been really effective when she comes into pinch run. She's really paying attention to the game plan, really paying attention to the game. It can really be easy to get stuck over there in the dugout and not really be paying attention to what's going on. And she's came in at some really big moments, and you got to stay focused as a pinch runner and continue to make plays. So tip of the cap for Alyssa Whitmer.
2-0 Mount on top of it. And stepping into the batter's box now is Sarah Miller. Miller hitting .325 on the year, fly to right her first time up. And she squares the bunt, bunts it out in front of the plate. Good bunt. Picked up by Hilgenhold, the pitcher, or the catcher, excuse me, throws to first in time for the out, and taking second on the sacrifice is Whitmer.
Good job by Sarah. Way to do a job. Again, we're talking Sarah Miller leads the conference in hitting .517. Coach Goddard was asked her to put down a sack bunt. Just an overall team player, was able to get the bunt down. Like you said, Whitmer was able to advance to second with only 1 out in the inning.
And that'll bring to the plate Bramble, who popped out to the catcher her first time up. Whitmer is at second base for the Lions. In close at third is Adams. In close at first, Ralston for the Panthers. Rocking into the motion is Bierman, and the pitch is down low to Casey. 1-0 the count.
Have you got an opportunity to call a football game over at Hanover?
Yes.
Beautiful campus.
Beautiful campus. They've got the best press box because they've got an elevator that leads to the press box.
There you go.
That's the best thing. And the 1-0 pitch to Bramble, swung on and missed. Boy, she had a cut at that one, 1-1.
Yeah, she doesn't waste her cuts. She swings hard. She's patient at the plate. We've talked about Bramble's power. Obviously, we've seen it here. And we're really looking forward to what she can become here in her career here with the Lions.
Hodges on deck. 1-1 the count to Bramble. And that pitch floats over the inside corner for a called strike, 1-2. Bramble didn't like that call from the home plate umpire and walks away. Behrman so far in the ball game has struck out 2, walked none, given up 3 hits. 2 of them have been homers, and then the Ivers base hit. That pitch swung on, popped foul, and over our heads and out of play. Count stays at 1-2.
Got speed on the bases, so just look to put a ball in play, drive a ball. Anything in the outfield should score. And we're looking for 2 strike hits. Stay patient at the plate. Continue to key in on your approach here with a runner at second.
Bramble, showing bunt, now pulls the bat back. The 1-2 fouled straight back against the screen. Stays 1-2.
Hanover had 2 big wins for them, obviously moving forward for what they had to do, but Manchester gave them all they wanted over the weekend, and Hanover was able to battle and come away with 2 wins over the weekend.
1-2 pitch to Bramble, hangs upstairs at the bill of the cap, 2-2. Yeah, when you look at the conference standings, the last 3 teams in the conference, Manchester, Rose, and Bluffton, they're all just window dressing right now. They're out of it. That pitch swung on and line, fouled on the right field side, not a play. You talked about Defiance at 8-8. They're done. So is actually Manchester. They're finished up.
Yeah, Bluffton's finished. Rose has Transylvania on Sunday, and then literally the top 5 continue to have a few games here to finish out the end of the regular season here by Sunday night. We should know everything.
And it's a little strange how they set it up. We'll get into that. 2-2 pitch to Bramble. Swung on, popped up over near third. Going over is Hutchison. It's going to drop in fair territory. And holding at second is Whitmer. I don't know if Hutchison lost that in the sun or what, Chris, but it dropped right behind the third baseman, Adams.
Yeah, it looked like Adams and Hutchison both were talking, calling each other off, and then at the last second, they both kind of put their glove up to shield the sun. Really smart job by Alyssa Whitmer to just kind of stay put at second and not get in any trouble on the base pass.
And we'll see if they give, looks like they're going to give a base hit on that play to Bramble. So runners at first and second, and stepping out of the batter's box was Hodge.
And he didn't give her time to actually, she stepped out and they went actually ahead and pitched that. Luckily it was a ball, so looks like Coach Dee Dee Morris is having a conversation with her about that.
Woodyard is on deck. Yeah, it's the top 5 that make the tournament, and the top team not only hosts but gets a first-round bye. The second-place team plays the third-place team, and the fourth-place team plays the fifth-place.
Yeah, and then the winner of the 4th and 5th game would actually get the number 1 seed. And like we said, all that begins next Thursday. Undetermined site at this time.
And undetermined times.
Undetermined times, undetermined who's all going to be in it. So a lot to play for, obviously. The next few days, obviously, everything's got to be completed by Sunday night.
And the 1-0 pitch swung on and grounded wide of third and foul. 1-1 to Hodge. We talked about Hodge really coming on at the plate as of late. And she looks like a totally different person up there in the batter's box. A lot more confidence.
Yeah, confident. She really trusting the process on and off the field, trusting the practice, trusting her approach.
1-1 swung on, line into center field, base hit. Whitmer's going to round third. She's going to try a score. Here comes the throw to the plate. It'll be in time to get Whitmer. Going down to third base, though, on the throw is Bramble. She'll go in safely and into second base after the base hit is Hodge. And now Beth Gotterwis is going to go in and talk to the home plate umpire, and I think it's about whether or not the catcher was in the line before she had the ball.
Yeah, that looks like to be the conversation, but hard hit ball up the middle into center field by Hodge, really good at bat. And then Dickinson comes up with her second huge play of the game, was able to get the throw out at home for the assist and keep this thing a 2-0 ball game. So Dickinson's really been key out there in center field for Hanover here early days.
So there are 2 outs. Lions with runners at second and third here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it brings to the plate Gracie Woodyard. Woodyard homered her last time up. So let's see how Bierman decides to pitch this time to Woodyard with 2 down. 2 runners in scoring position and the wind blowing out towards right center. And that pitch is in tight. Woodyard walks away from it 1-0.
Base hit in the outfield, should score 2. Hodge got speed at second. Obviously Bramble's got speed at third. So we'll see if Gracie can put a ball in play and try to extend this lead.
1-0 the count. Boy, that was a nice throw to home by Dickinson. That pitch is outside 2-0.
Really nice play. She came in on it. It was a hard hit ball, so she cleaned it. She gathered it up cleanly and threw a strike to home plate and was able to get the punch out. So 2 big plays for her out in center field so far.
2-0 the count. 2 down. Runners at second and third for the mount. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Swung on, fouled back and out of play over the first base dugout.
And against Lily Bierman, you got to score when you get opportunities. Obviously, .65 ERA in conference, so she's going to continue to battle and keep her team in it. So when the Mount get opportunities, you got to be able to deliver with 2 outs, get base hits.
And the pitch to Woodyard, the 2-1 pitch, swung on, popped up on the infield. Coming in the second baseman, Bradley, and she'll grab it for the 3rd out of the inning. But in the inning for the Lions, they threaten but do not score. We head to the 5th. It's 2-0 Lions.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
They say that great teams are built on teamwork, unity, and camaraderie. They say that great teams succeed when everyone's voice is heard, when everyone's included. We laugh together, we build together, we lift each other up. They say it takes a lot of hard work to be a great team. So we say, let's get to it.
Back here at the Mount St. Joseph Softball Complex, I'm Dave Mitchell alongside Chris Morris. Blake Watson, the Sports Information Director, up in the press box. It's 2-0 Mount as we head to the 5th inning of play. Sarah Miller so far in this ball game has given up 4 hits. She's struck out 3 and walked 2 in 4 innings of pitching. 2 runs, and both of them have been earned.
Both pitchers working pretty good here so far. Sarah's starting to get comfortable. Obviously, Lily was off to a fast start. 2 swings at a bat has been the difference so far. 2 solo home runs, and the Mount lead at 2-0 as we head into the top of the 5th.
And it brings up Mackenzie Smith. Smith has popped a third, popped a short, 0 for 2, left-handed batter. The senior came in hitting .317 on the year, and Miller's first pitch, nice pitch, curveball at the knees, 0-1.
Good job by Sarah to get ahead of the hitters here, and top of the lineup, top to middle of their lineup here. So Hanover's looking to get a run across the board and continue to stay in this ball game.
And the 0-1 pitch to the plate swung on, fouled straight back 0-2. Yeah, you talked about the facilities at Hanover, especially the football stadium. Just an outstanding facility.
They have a nice softball complex as well, and just overall nice school, and a lot of respect for them. And like we said, Coach Collingsworth in her 4th season, just trying to get it started over there at Hanover. And
the 0-2 pitch to the plate is outside. Looked like a palm ball, 1-2 the count. Yeah, even the basketball gymnasium is outstanding. I'm nowhere near the floor at the basketball gymnasium. I'm about 30 feet off of it, but it's still a nice place to watch the game and call the game from. 1-2 the count is a called strike 3 over the outside corner, first out of the inning.
Really good job by Sarah here late in the ball game to stay to the course, was able to get ahead in the count 0-2, and really get a good punch out there for the strikeout here for the first out in the top of the 5th.
3rd K of the ball game for Sarah, and it brings to the plate the number 3 hitter, Kendra Hutchinson. Hutchinson has singled and doubled. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, 1 away. And the pitch to the plate swung on and lined into left field. Woodyard will have to play, Bramble will have to play on a bounce, so a base hit to left field by Smith. She's 3 for 3 on the afternoon.
Hard hit ball by Hutchinson there, and I thought Bramble did a really nice job as far as just kind of playing that on a bounce. It was really hard hit, line drive. Don't want to make a mistake. Just keep it to a long single and let Sarah continue to battle through here.
So 1 down, Hutchinson at first, and it brings up Bierman, the cleanup hitter. Bierman, right-handed batter. Singled and walked. That pitch swung on and lined up the gap in right center field. It'll go all the way to the fence. Otto will play it off the wall. Dickinson's going to round third. She's going to come home. Here's the throw. It's going to be over the head. Miller's going to go back and grab it, and sliding in with a head-first slide is Dickinson for the first run of the ball game for Hanover. And Bierman goes into third on the overthrow to the catcher.
Bierman's able to drive the ball out to right center, and Brooke Otto was able to play it up off the wall. Obviously, Hutchinson was going all the way from first, and looks like Hodges' throw to the plate was just a little bit high. Ivers was unable to come down with it, and Hanover was aggressive on the base pass. Collingsworth was sitting there the whole time, was able to strike for a 2-1 deficit, and still have Bierman at third with only 1 out. So Hanover's in business here in the top of the 5th.
Tying run is at third base, and Dickinson is to the plate. Dickinson has popped out and walked. Boy, a key batter here in this ball game for Sarah Miller in the 5th. It's 2-1. Mount leads it. And the pitch to the plate swung on. Fly ball out into left center field. Going back is Tucker on the outfield grass. She'll grab it, and holding at third is Bierman. Now there are 2 outs and a big out registered by the Lions.
Yeah, that was a huge out, especially what had just occurred, obviously, with the run and the triple there by Bierman. Was able to get that quick second out. Pop up there, Tucker. Bierman had to sit there at third, nowhere to go. As the train goes by, sorry about that, folks. And Sarah continues to battle here with 2 outs and tries to get out of the inning.
And it'll bring to the plate Shedrin. Shedrin with the tying run at third. Now 2 outs here in the 5th. It's 2-1, and that pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. Shedrin has struck out twice in the ball game. By the way, on that run scored by Dickinson, they did give the Mount an error on the play on the overthrow to the catcher, so that's the first error of the ball game and the 18th of the year on the Lions as a team. And the 0-1 pitch to the plate swung on and fouled straight back, and now it's a 2-strike count. Ralston is on deck.
We talked about how good the Mounts defense has been, obviously the overthrow, but got to give credit to Coach Collinsworth for being aggressive there on the base path. Obviously down 2-0, she wanted to definitely get on the scoreboard and to get this thing back into a one-run score, so really good job.
Miller, 2 out, 2 strike pitch to the plate, swung on, popped up down the first base side, coming in as Gabbard grabs it on the run for the 3rd out of the inning, and Sarah Miller pitches out of it. But in the inning for Hanover, they pick up a run on 1 error by the Mount and a couple of hits by the Panthers. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's now Mount 2 and Hanover 1.
Stay up to date with all your sports information on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Mount St. Joseph University and Roger Bacon High School sports. Talk about the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians on the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night at 9 during the baseball season. Minute-by-minute scores, opinion articles, stories from the pros, college, and high school levels, including the WWE, MMA, and UFC. Increase your workout level and tickets to any sporting event, all in one spot. Check out UltimateSportsTalk.com every day for your sports fix.
Teaching is my calling, so when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Rachel Gabbard.
Rachel Gabbard 0 for 1 in the afternoon will lead it off for the Mount. Then comes Fincham and the top of the order, Aaliyah Tucker. 2-1. Mount leads it here in the bottom of the 5th.
Seems like anytime you make a great play in the field, you're always there to lead off the inning, isn't it?
And she grounds that one right back through the box and into center field for a base hit.
Hard hit ball, first pitch, come up ready to swing. Gabbard's able to single it up into the center field on a hard hit ball. Lily attempted to try to put a glove on him, but just the ball was hit way too hard. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner.
Yep, Beth Gotterwitz is going to bring in a pinch runner, and that is going to be Caitlin Leslie. So Leslie will come in and pinch run for Gabbard.
I would assume we asked Casey Fincham here to lay down a bunt, try to advance the runner to second, obviously with Aaliyah Tucker on deck. Try to get that run back that Hanover was able to score there in the top half of the 5th.
Leslie has not attempted a stolen base this year.
Baseman number 9, Casey
Fincham lined out to center field on an excellent play by Dickinson on a sliding shoestring catch back in the 3rd inning. So she is 0 for 1. And Fincham squares the bunt, puts it out in front of the plate. Good bunt. It's going to roll fair, and the catcher, Hilgenheld, decided not to pick it up, wanted to see if it would roll foul, and it didn't. And beating it out is Fincham.
Like we said, we thought Fincham was going to be asked to put a bunt down. She puts a perfect bunt down the first base line. She actually jumps over the ball. The catcher, like you said, thought he was going to roll foul and picks it up very late. Fincham was able to get on, and now we've got 2 on, no outs with the top of the order up, and the Mounts got something going here in the bottom half of the 5th.
And it brings to the plate Aaliyah Tucker. Tucker is homered and popped out to second, and now Hanover is going to meet around the mound. Hutchison, the shortstop, called everybody together and trying to calm the infield down. 2-1, Mount on top of it, nobody down in this bottom of the 5th inning. Lions with the lead, and Tucker is up. Tucker came in hitting .448 on the year. Runner at second is Leslie. At first is Fincham. Tucker squares, now pulls the bat back and lines it foul right behind home plate.
You talk about a big opportunity in the game. No outs, 2 on, top of the lineup up.
Flag now blowing straight out to center field. From home to center. Boy, if you get it up anywhere near center field, that thing's going to carry today. The 0-1 pitch swung on it, grounded wide of third and foul off the dugout fence. And the count now 0-2.
Aaliyah's numbers have been outstanding in the conference. Actually, Sarah Miller's number 1 in the conference in batting average, but down the list of everything, Aaliyah's top 3 or 4 in everything, so she'd definitely be considered Player of the Year in the HCAC conference.
And the 0-2 pitch swung on, fly ball down the left field side, and it'll go foul and out of play. Count stays at 0-2.
Got to stay disciplined here. You're down 0-2. Continue to battle. Stay the same approach that you had. You don't have to hit a ball over the fence here. If you get a pitch, drive it. Just put a ball in play and make them make it play.
0-2 the count. Nobody down here in the third. Runners at second and first. That pitch is a called strike 3. Looked like a curve ball that Tucker was fooled on in the first out of the inning. Registered on the strikeout to Tucker.
When you're 0-2 like that, you can't let a pitch go on that outside corner like that. You got to foul that off and continue that at bat. So really nice punch out by Lily Bierman, and she's able to get that one out. Mount still have 2 on.
Third strikeout. Otto's up to the plate 0-2 in the afternoon. Runners still at first and second. That pitch swung on the line right at the second baseman. Bradley grabs it, looks to both bases, but has no play there. So 2 outs on a hard hit ball. Lions still with the runners at first and second. It brings to the plate Ivers.
Big time effort by Lily Bierman here. I mean,
Now batting,
2 on, no outs. Gets the strikeout on Tucker, and then Brooke Otto puts one into the hard hit ball into second. Nice play by the second baseman. Heads up base running by our base runners to get back to the bag and don't get doubled up. But if Lily can get out of this with unscathed runs, that's a big thing for Hanover moving late into this ball game.
Absolutely. Leslie at second, Fincham at first. 2-1 Mount leads, 2 down, Ivers up to the plate. And Ivers swung on, fly ball, center field. Coming in is Dickinson, and she'll slide and catch that one, although I'm not sure she had to. She might have just lost her footing. So at the end of the inning, the Lions don't get any runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 on. We head to the 6th. It's the Mount 2, Hanover 1.
Life should be enjoyed. So get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Well, the line score as we head into the top of the 6th for the Mount, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they have left 4 on base. For Hanover, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors, and they have left 8 on base. And heading up to the plate will be Ralston, Hilgenhold, and Cox for Hanover.
Leading off for the
You know, we were talking earlier.
Number 3.
You haven't gotten to your story yet about Corey Collinsworth being any relation to Chris.
No, she hasn't, but funny story. So Corey Collinsworth played college ball at the University of Indy, and the Mounts assistant coach, Dee Morris,
That pitch to Ralston, called strike over the inside corner.
played college ball at NKU. So they actually played against each other in college, so it's just funny and cool how it all works out, able to compete against each other at a coaching aspect, obviously played against each other, now coaching against each other. So we know Corey Collinsworth very well.
0-1 pitch is down low, bounced in front of the plate, 1-1.
So it's always fun. You always circle the calendar when it's Hanover and Mount just to see her and see the progression she's had with her team and to be able to compete with her on the field. So really cool story for both of them.
It still doesn't answer my question.
No relation.
Okay.
No relation.
The 1-1 swung on, popped up near the mound, grabbing it is Sarah Miller for the first out of the inning.
It's a big out for Sarah Ralston, big hitter for Hanover, one of their best hitters on their team. So we're able to get that easy out. Looking ahead, we're here at the bottom part of the lineup here for Hanover. So looking ahead to the top of the 7th, they're going to have top of the lineup. So really important for Sarah to buckle down and try to get a quick inning here.
Hilgenheld is the batter now. She is 0 for 2 in the ball game. 1 away. Mount leads at 2-1 here in the 6th. That pitch swung on, popped up near the bag at second, grabbing it as Tucker, moving to her left for the second out of the inning. You know, you're the epitome of a color commentator. Ask you a yes or no answer in a question.
Story.
Yes.
I got to keep you on your toes. No relation to Chris Collinsworth.
All right. Rachel Cox with 2 down. She was hit by a pitcher last time up. 2 away, 2-1 the score. That pitch swung on and fouled over the third base dugout. Out of play. We'll be bringing you the second game and tomorrow's doubleheader with Franklin. It's supposed to be a little warmer tomorrow.
Hopefully, because they've got us popped up here in the shade behind home plate, and I've got 2 jackets ready for game 2.
I've got 1. The 0-1 pitch to Cox with the top of the order. Bradley coming up, and she lines that one foul over the dugout again down the left field side, 0-2. You know, we've seen this song and dance out of Sarah several times this year where she struggled in the first 2 or 3 innings and then really settled down and shut things down in the latter part.
She's a competitor. She continues to grind, and that's what you're going to get out of her.
The 0-2 pitch to the plate is upstairs, 1-2. If we get a chance, talk to her in between games. I'd like to ask her that question if she's got any rhyme or reason as to why that happens. 1-2 the count. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. 2-1 Mount lead. That pitch bounces in front of the plate. A changeup, 2-2. This game is really flying by.
Yeah, a couple quick innings. No terribly long innings. Obviously, the top half of the 5th there was, or the
Miller, the 2-2, swung on, popped into short left field, but going back is Tucker. She'll grab it. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's still the Mount 2, Hanover 1.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB Co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB Co-host. Sarah Miller will lead it off for the Lions here in the bottom of the 6th inning. She is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. 2-1, Mount leads it. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chris Morris. Lions looking to win their 11th in a row, and that pitch is a check swing taken over the inside part of the plate for a strike.
Sarah Miller, one of the hottest hitters in the HCAC. She's had a great, obviously pitching's been outstanding, and then at the plate she's been outstanding as well in conference play.
0-1, swung on, popped up into left field, going back now coming in is Cox, and she'll grab it near the warning track for the first out of the inning.
That ball, even that ball right there, it seemed like it was an easy pop fly to shallow left, and it carried all the way out to the warning track.
Yeah, the wind is really doing tricks on the ball if it's hitting up in the air this afternoon. Casey Bramble has singled and popped out to the catcher. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Lions clinging to a 2-1 lead, and they would love to get some insurance runs here in this inning. And the pitch to Bramble is down low, but called strike at the knees. 0-1.
Would like to push another run across. Like we said earlier, Hanover will bring up the top of the lineup with an opportunity to try to tie the ball game.
And The 0-1 pitch to Bramble is just below the knee level. 1-1 the count. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be close to 70 tomorrow. Not any rain in sight. Then you talked about this weekend. That's when the rain's going to come back. 1-1 pitch swung on, blooped out into left field. Going back is Cox on the warning track. She'll grab it for the second out of the inning.
Hard hit ball out to left for Bramble. Cox was able to make an easy play. Took a few steps back to the warning track. Was able to get the second out. As Lily continues to pitch a really good game here for Hanover. Obviously the 2 swings, 2 solo home runs, but outside of that, she's been pretty good. Obviously got out of that 2 on, no out jam in the last inning, so she's been really effective here for Hanover.
Hannah brings up Hodge, and Hodge takes that first pitch inside, backs her away from the plate, 1-0.
We talked about the rain, and we were talking about the facilities early on. The Mount had to practice in the new Centennial Fieldhouse quite a bit this week, obviously due to the rain, but you've seen how beautiful that place is.
That thing is gorgeous. And the 1-0 down low, nice. Well, I thought it was a good stop by the catcher, Hilgen Hold, but it got by her, 2-0. Yeah, that is a great facility. If you get an opportunity to stop in and take a look at that, do. 2-0 the count, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Mount with a 2-1 lead. And the 2-0 pitch to Hodge takes that all the way for a called strike, 2-1.
You talked about the rain this weekend as well. I mean, there's a lot of games that need to be played, so it'd be interesting to see if they all get played or if any of them get washed out.
Yeah. 2-1 the count. Of course, the rain over the last few days. That pitch down low, 3-1. Of course, it was kind of difficult moving in the rain, but you would know nothing about that.
No idea. I'm just glad you texted me once you got moved in. That way I knew you were safe and sound.
Yeah, I could tell just you were really concerned. 3-1 the count. To Hodge. That pitch swung on and missed, and now the count goes full at 3-2. Hodge actually kind of shaking her left hand. She may have done something to her hand on that swing. Now she steps back in. 3-2 the count, 2 down. And the pitch to Hodge, swung on and missed. Strike 3. We go to the 7th. It's the Mount 2, Hanover 1.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, Sarah Miller 3 outs away from putting this one into the W column. It would be the 11th in a row for the Lions. They lead it 2-1, but she's going to have to work hard to get this done, as she will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Hanover. Smith, Hutchison, and Bierman.
You look at what Hutchison and Bierman's done today. 3 for 3 for Hutchinson, 2 for 2 for Bierman, so those are going to be tough outs later on in this inning.
Mount 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. They've hit 2 home runs here this afternoon. If it stands the way it is, the game-winning homer will be from Aaliyah Tucker.
Kenzie Bradley.
Kenzie Bradley is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. She has popped a short and third and struck out looking her last time up. Fincham in about 3/4 of the way at third base. The outfield playing in. Gabbard in at first base for the Lions. Leadoff hitter is Smith, and Miller into the wind and the pitch, bounces in front of the plate for a ball. One thing about Sarah, she looked like she had the tension of all the world in the first couple of innings, but now here in the last 3 or 4, she's really loosened up out there on the mound. 2-1 pitch to the plate. That one is outside for a ball, 2-0.
I think at the beginning of the game, she just realized how important these games are. You want to get off to a quick start. The run support didn't hit until the 3rd inning. Once you get a couple runs on the board, it kind of lets you kind of take a deep breath, go out there, trust your defense, continue the game plan. And now, you know, he gets back into that tension stage, though. Now you got 3 outs to close this thing out. So kind of buckle down, let your defense work for you.
2-0 the count. To Smith, swung on and a fly ball down the left field line, but foul.
Really big game for both teams. Again, Hanover's looking to win 1 game to clinch a spot in the tournament. The Mount continue to try to make it to an 11-game winning streak, try to hold that number 1 spot in the conference standings. So a lot to play for here in the last 3 outs of this game 1.
Otto's playing over towards left center field in center. And the 2-1 pitch to Smith is taken upstairs, 3-1. Boy, the last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff hitter in a 1-run game.
Yeah, if you're Sarah, you just want to be able to get a pitch in the strike zone, let her make a hit, make your defense make plays for you. You don't want to put the leadoff on a walk.
And the pitch to the plate, the 3-1 to the leadoff hitter Smith is swung on and grounded to short. Coming in is Tucker. She'll grab it, throw to first, dug out by Gabbard, and a nice play. And there's 1 away here in this 7th inning.
Really good play by Tucker, charging in. Bradley had speed out of the box. Tucker was able to come up, make a play cleanly, and throw it out, and Gabbard with a nice scoop over there at first.
Well, check that. That was Kenzie Bradley that was up now, and now it is Mackenzie Smith. I could have swore Bradley popped out to short to end the last inning.
I don't have anything going.
Well, that's what I had, and that pitch is swung on and fouled straight back and out of play.
I've got Cox at 0-2.
My mistake on the score sheet. So the top 3 in the order. Bradley just grounded out to short, and now it's Smith. And the 0-1 pitch to Smith, swung on, fly ball left field. Going back is Bramble, now coming in and grabs it for the 2nd out of the inning. So the Lions are 1 away.
Now batting
that was a huge out. I mean, you had Hutchinson on deck. Smith was able to find a way on. You would bring up the, obviously a tying run would have been on first, taking the lead there with Hutchinson. Obviously what she's done at 3 for 3 today. So really big out there. Nice play by Bramble.
3 for 3 with a run scored, Hutchison. 2 down in a 2-1 ball game, and that pitch is a nice drop pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Last out's always the toughest out, and you got Hutchinson and Bierman staring right at you, 1 and 2 in the box and on deck. So Sarah's going to have to battle here to get this final out and try to get this win for the Mount.
0-1, 2 down. Lions trying to put this one away, and that pitch called strike 2 over the outside corner.
Really good job by Sarah to go ahead and get ahead 0-2. Again, you've got a couple 1 or 2 waste pitches here to see if Hutchinson will chase after one and try to get this final out of the game.
Hutchison hitting .393 coming in, 3 for 3 on the afternoon, and the 0-2 pitch to her upstairs. Same game plan all game long by Miller. 1-2 the count. Get 2 strikes, then go upstairs.
If you're Hanover, you're looking back early in the game when you had those opportunities to push some runs across.
1-2 the count. That pitch is upstairs again, way above the bill of the cap, 2-2.
2-2 here, you need to kind of go after. You don't want to put one on with Bierman up. We've obviously seen what she did. Triple out to right center, was able to score the lone run for the Panthers. So really need to get after Hutchinson here, 2-2 count.
Bases are empty, 1-run ball game, 7th inning. 2-2 the count to Hutchinson with 2 down. Lions lead at 2-1. And that pitch, called strike 3, and the game is over. Hutchison goes down looking. The Lions win it here this afternoon in game 1 of this doubleheader by a final score of 2-1. Chris and I will be back to wrap things up from game 1 right after this timeout.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes. You realized them.
Well, Chris, so the Lions win their 11th in a row. They up their record overall to 24-8. They are now 11-2 in the Heartland Conference, and they stay in first place. And on top of that, they are 12-3 here at home as Sarah Miller pitches a complete game victory 2-1 here this afternoon in Game 1.
Like we talked all game long, Sarah, a little slow for the start. Obviously got the one run support with the 2 home runs between Tucker and Woodyard. And then obviously Sarah only giving up the 1 run. A gritty kind of tournament field type of game it had to it. Both pitchers did outstanding. And Sarah was able to continue to battle and get through 7 innings and help the Lions continue to 11-game winning streak.
Miller now 12-3 on the season, and this was her 10th complete game of the year. And McCool, that evens her with McCool, who's got 10 complete games, and Cam will be the starting pitcher in game number 2 of this one here this afternoon, starting out in about another 20-25 minutes. But the Lions, your final line score here this afternoon, 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. They left 4 on base. And for Hanover, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors, and they left 8 on base. The game-winning hit goes to Aaliyah Tucker, who hit her 6th home run of the year in the 3rd inning. Matter of fact, the Lions had 2 homers in that 3rd inning, Chris. The first by Gracie Woodyard, and then the second by Aaliyah Tucker. And Aaliyah Tucker's home run was the game-winning home run.
Yeah, both of those hard hit balls out the deep center, and we didn't have much offense going up to that point, so a really good job by Aaliyah and Gracie to step up in those opportunities and give us that 2-1 lead. We were able to hang on, and like we said, it's a big win for the Mount. That keeps them at sole first place, and still have to battle with game 2. We'll have Cam, and then Hanover will probably start Courtney Chuki, and it'll be another grindy type of game, another tournament type feel to a game, and looking forward to it.
Matter of fact, Sarah ended up the ball game retiring the last 8 in a row.
Outstanding.
To close this one out, but she was in trouble
early on,
the first 3 innings. I mean, she had runners at 2nd and 3rd in the 1st inning. She had a runner at 2nd in the 2nd inning, and then the bases loaded in the 3rd inning, and then really settled things down in the 4th inning. She retired the side. She gave up the run in the 5th, but then after that, the 6th and 7th, she shut down the Panther bats.
Yeah, she was lights out in those last 3 innings, and that's what she does. She's going to continue to grind, continue to stay to the course, and that's why she's one of the best pitchers in the league.
In the ball game, Sarah threw 91 pitches, 59 of them for strikes in the ball game. Meanwhile, Lily Bierman, she threw 84 pitches, 59 strikes. Bierman on the season now with this loss, and she pitched outstanding here today, Chris, but her record now evens up at 7-7, but you cannot blame her for this loss this afternoon. She pitched her heart out.
Yeah, I mean, Hanover had opportunities there in the first 3 innings. They had runners on in scoring position, unable to get base hits in those situations. Lily pitched outstanding. 2 swings of the bats led to 2 solo home runs for her, and like we said, 2 pitching, battled back and forth all day long. Both of them were top pitchers in the league, so we knew that was going to be the case, and the Mount were able to hang on for a 2-1 win and a big win, and looks like we'll get game 2 started here in about 20-25 minutes.
And we will be bringing you that ball game, so stick around here and we can listen to game 2 here this afternoon. Should be a pretty good one with Cam McCool going this afternoon for the Lions in game number 2, and Cam going into that one with a record of 11-4, and she's got the best ERA in the conference at 1.19.
We've talked about Cam all year long. The thing that stands out with her is her ERA's low, her strikeouts are high. She's top 20 in the country in strikeouts, and Hanover's only seen her for about 2 innings so far back in 2019, so it'll be a fresh pitcher for the Mount going against Hanover, and the bats will have to stay competitive for the Mount, state of the approach, state of the course. The defense will have to stay clean. Obviously, Hanover's got some good hitters in Bierman and Hutchinson, so watch out for them in Game 2 as they had outstanding Game 1. So looking forward to it, another battle, another tournament-type feel, and again, a really important Game 2 for both teams as the Mount continue to try to win, secure that 1 seed, and Hanover looks for that 1 game to jump and try to punch their spot into that tournament next week.
Well, let's take this opportunity to now take a look at the conference standings, because right now the Mount is 11-2. They are on top of the conference. They're a game and a half in front of Transylvania, but Transy's only played 10 games. They're at 8-2. Hanover now drops to 8-3 in the conference. Then you've got Anderson at 9-5. They're off today, and Franklin at 7-5. They're also off today, but coming here tomorrow to play a doubleheader against the Mount, which we'll be broadcasting that game also. That one's going to start at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. But that's the way things look. Now, Defiance is sitting at home right now, wondering what's going on with these ball games, and are we going to get in or not? And like you said right off the top, all Hanover has to do is win one more ball game, and they are in.
Yeah, they have to win 1 game. Obviously, they got Game 2 here tonight. They go to Transylvania for 2 tomorrow, and then they've got Franklin over the weekend. So if they can get 1 win, it'll punch their spot into the tournament for the first time in 2016. Obviously, the Mount continue to win out to try to punch that 1 seed and potentially host the tournament next week.
And when you look at what has been going on with Hanover, I mean, what they have got left, as I bring this up for Hanover, what they have got left coming up is Transy tomorrow. That's a doubleheader, and then they play Franklin on Saturday, and that's a doubleheader. Now they go to Transy tomorrow, and they play at home against Franklin on Saturday.
And those are important ball games. Obviously, if the Mount continue to win, if Transylvania gets that 3rd loss, that would put the Mount in sole position. And another thing to look out for is the Mount, if they win out, they need Franklin to finish higher than Anderson. So you would ultimately become a Hanover fan over the week, or actually ultimately become Franklin would need to win 2 games over Hanover over the weekend to jump Anderson and to keep the Mount up. So if there is a tiebreaker between the Mount and Transy at number 1, it ultimately comes down to how Anderson and Franklin finish out.
I'm Dave Mitchell along with Chris Morris. We'll be back with more from the softball complex before Game 2 of this afternoon's doubleheader right after this.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
In a world where cancer is almost a daily part of the news, one cancer isn't heard about enough. Oral cancers are increasing in the U.S., and as in my own case, most people know little about them. Like many, I thought that this was a cancer that impacted much older people who had used tobacco most of their lives. While that's still a problem, the fastest growing segment of the people developing oral cancers are young non-smokers. A very common virus, one responsible for the vast majority of cervical cancers, is now identified as a cause of this rapid rise in oral cancers. Thankfully, in a fast, inexpensive, and painless visual and tactile screening, a medical or dental professional can often identify early-stage disease. So please, the next time you visit your dentist or your medical doctor, ask for this simple screening. Finding oral cancer in its earliest stages may save your life.
Well, so the Lions win the Game 1 of this doubleheader 2-1 here this afternoon. And Chris, as we head into the second game, we're expecting the starting pitchers to be Cam McCool for the Mount and Courtney Chuki for Hanover.
Yeah, it's going to be a competitive ball game. Obviously, Cam does what Cam does. She comes in, gets outs. Chuki's been outstanding for Hanover as well in the conference play. She's got a 4.3 RA, but she's 3-1 in conference. So I mean, obviously they're coming into this series at 8-2 in the conference. So between her and Bierman, they've had a really good ERA and really tough. So again, the Mount Lions are going to have to be really good offensively, stay to the approach, try to get base hits, and try not to leave too many runners on.
So we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back in 10 minutes to bring you the second game of this doubleheader. We'll be back on the air at 5:50 here on UltimateSportsTalk.com and YouTube. I'm Dave Mitchell for Chris Morris. Join us again in 10 minutes for game number 2.
running the streets, yeah, we was living out our dream. You used to be my pride, I was your provider, and now we separated in two. Baby, you left, said away alone, and now you got me trapped up on this island, where nowhere to get. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go.
enjoyed. So good afternoon once again, everyone, and welcome back to the Mount St. Joseph Softball Complex here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm Dave Mitchell, and alongside Chris Morris, and this afternoon we are set for Game 2 of our doubleheader here today between the Mount St. Joseph Lions and the Hanover Panthers. And as we head into this one, the Lions now with a record of 24-8 overall. They have won 11 in a row. They are 12-3 here at the friendly confines, and 11-2 and still in first place in the Heartland Conference. Meanwhile, for Hanover, they are coming in and they had their winning streak snapped earlier today, and they are now 11-13 overall, 8-3 in the Heartland Conference. They are now in third place in the conference. They have fallen out of a tie with Transylvania for second place in the Heartland, and they are 5-6 on the road under fourth-year head coach Corey Collinsworth. As I said, alongside is Chris Morris. And Chris, I guess the magic number you could say now is 3. We walked in needing 4 in a row. Now the Lions need 3 in a row.
See if they can get Game 2 here, and then obviously Franklin coming into town tomorrow. If you can get these last 3, you at least clinch a share of the regular season championship. And obviously back in 2019 we were the regular season champs, so need those 3 wins. And then obviously Hanover's going to Transylvania tomorrow for a big series against, should be number 2 versus number 3 in the standings. And then obviously Hanover's got Franklin. Transylvania still got Rose-Hulman. The Mount St. Joseph Lions will complete the regular season conference play after tomorrow night against Franklin. So a lot to play for, a couple days to get it all in. Hopefully the weather stays good so everybody can get the games in, and we'll know the 5 that are going to the tournament probably by Sunday night.
Well, in the first game of the doubleheader this afternoon, Chris, and we talked about it, the wind really was playing havoc on any ball that was hit to the outfield here at the complex, and a couple of balls that we did not expect to go out especially the 2 home runs that the Lions hit by Tucker and Woodyard. Those were wind-carried home runs, and the wind seemed to kick up even more so here in this game, too.
Yeah, we're both bundled up. We both got our jackets on here for game 2, so you think May, you think a little bit of warm weather, but obviously the rain that came through this week has kind of brought the temperatures back down a little bit. The wind's going to play a factor in game 2. You did mention the fact that Gracie Woodyard's home run for the Mount, off the bat it didn't sound very hard, but as it got up into that air and the wind carried that thing out, Aaliyah's pretty much sounded pretty solid off the bat, but the wind obviously helped that as well. So look out for that here in game 2 as the temperature will drop. The wind will play a factor, and in a really important game for both teams.
Courtney Chuki will be on the mound for Hanover this afternoon in game number 2. Cam McCool for the Lions as we get this one set and get ready to go here from the softball complex on River Road in Cincinnati. I'm Dave Mitchell with Chris Morris. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the opening pitch for this afternoon's ball game after this.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, here's the batting order for the Hanover Panthers to lead things off in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Kenzie Bradley is number 7, and she will be the leadoff hitter and be playing at second base. Mackenzie Smith is in right field batting second. Kendra Hutchison is the shortstop batting third. Then comes Lily Behrman. Behrman will be the flex here this afternoon. Catherine Dickinson is in center field batting fifth. Brittany Ralston is at first base batting sixth. Moving up a spot in the batting order is Ava Higginbold. Higginbold is the catcher batting seventh. Courtney Chuki will be the starting pitcher batting eighth, and Rachel Cox will be batting ninth, and she is in left field. Chuki this afternoon will be the pitcher for Hanover, and Chuki is 4-5 on the year. This will be her 12th start of the season. She's got an ERA of 7.12 on the year. She's thrown 5 complete games. In 60 innings of pitching, she has given up 110 hits, 78 runs, 61 of them earned. She has struck out 19 and walked 17 on the year, and opponents are hitting 385 against her heading into this afternoon's ball game. Now the batting order for Mount St. Joseph, and it'll be pretty much the same one as it was in game number 1. Aaliyah Tucker is the shortstop batting first. Brooke Otto will be in center batting second. Elizabeth Ivers is behind the plate and hitting third. Sarah Miller will be the DP this afternoon, batting cleanup. Casey Bramble is in left field batting fifth. Maya Hodge is at second base batting sixth. Then comes Gracie Woodyard in right batting seventh. Rachel Gabbard at first base batting eighth. And Casey Fincham will be at third base and batting ninth here this afternoon. Tucker, Otto, and Ivers leading it off. Then Miller, Bramble, and Hodge in the middle. Rounding out the lineup, Woodyard, Gabbard, and Fincham. For head coach Beth Gotterwitz in her 19th season, and that win this afternoon, Chris, in game number 1 gave her 306 career victories at the Mount.
Talk about a coach that loves the program and loves the university. Beth Gotterwitz is that. She gives it her all every day, full of energy. Like you said, 19th overall as head coach, 20th overall here at the Mount, so brings a lot of energy, and we're really excited to have her here, and she's obviously done an outstanding job over the last several years.
So we are set to go here in this one, as it will be for Hanover. Bradley, Smith, and Hutchinson. against Cam McCool, and Cam throws the first pitch upstairs for a ball, and we are underway here in game number 2. Cam, 11-4 on the year, a 1.19 ERA. She has thrown 10 complete games and 11 starts, and that pitch is a changeup over the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Cam in 100 even pitches, even innings pitched, 62 hits. She's given up 31 runs, 17 of them earned, struck out 139 and walked only 39, and that pitch is grounded to third, grabbed by Finchon, throw across for the first out of the ball game.
Really good job by Cam to battle, get the first out really quick. Little base hit, or a little hard hit ball down to Fincham at third. She was able to gather it up, make a curl across the diamond. Was able to get the first out of the inning and let Cam get settled in here in game 2.
Mackenzie Smith was 0 for 4 in the first outing. One away here in the first. That pitch swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1 the count.
Looking at a few of the conference standings individually here for the pitching standings. Cam's coming in at a 1.71 ERA. That puts her at third in the conference.
And the 0-1 pitch to the plate swung on and lined into center field for a base hit. Drops in front of Brooke Otto, and she'll get it back in a hurry. Holding Smith to a single for the first hit of the ball game.
Smith got a pitch up and in and was able to drive a ball out to center field for a base hit. I'm sure she feels excited about that after going 0 for in game 1 to be able to get a ball out and play and get on first base.
Hutchison was 3 for 4 in the first game, a couple of singles wrapped around a double. Smith is at first base. Hutchison, right-handed batter. There goes the runner. Now she bluffs and goes back and swung on and missed by Hutchison, 0-1. Smith, the right fielder, on at first base, is 5 for 5 in the stolen base department. And the pitch is outside, called strike 2. We saw this same umpire against Defiance, Chris, and she has got a wide strike zone.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Mount kind of keep to that, and then obviously see what Hanover does when they're out.
The 0-2 up high, check swing, held off. They'll check down to first base, and did not go. So the count goes 1-2. Boy, that was kind of dramatic the way they checked that that check swing. 1-2 the count. One down here in the top of the first inning. We have just begun. And the pitch down low gets by Ivers, and taking second on the play will be Smith.
Looks like Ivers just was able to pitch outside, just kind of threw her glove at it instead of moving over and blocking a pitch up, and was able to get past her and allow Smith to get to second. And again, same as game 1, Hanover opens up in the first inning with the runner in scoring position.
McCool into the wind, and the pitch swung on and popped foul back near us and out of play. And the count now 2-2.
Kind of the storyline of game 1, Hanover the first 3 innings had runners in scoring position, unable to come up with base hits, timely base hits. So again, back at it here in game 2, see if they can come up with a couple hits.
That pitch swung on and missed by Hutchison, strike 3.
That's a big out for Cam right there. Runner in second, 1 out. Obviously, Hutchison had a great first game against us, and to be able to get that punch out here early on her is big confidence facing her for another 3 or 4 times through the lineup today.
That's 140 strikeouts on the year by Cam McCool. 2 down. Smith still at second base, and it brings up Lily Bierman. Bierman was the starting pitcher in the first game. She's the DP this afternoon in the second game, and swings and fouls that one back and out of play.
You mentioned Cam at 140 strikeouts. She's top 20 in the country in strikeouts. I mean, that's impressive in itself.
Right-handed pitcher. McCool into the wind. The 0-1 is outside for a ball. 1-1. Also with this home plate umpire, we have to wait and hang on and see what the call is, because she's one of those that has the delayed strike call. 1-1 the count. That pitch is a called strike over the outside corner, 1-2.
Talked about Cam being nationally ranked. Currently, Mount St. Joseph's ranked 6th in the country in defense.
1-2 the pitch to Bierman upstairs. 2-2. Again, the Lions with the same game plan, it appears, as what they had in game 1 behind Miller. Get ahead in the count, 2 strikes, and then start picking up stairs. 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Cam strikes out 2 of the 3 in the first inning of play. They leave one man on as we head to the bottom of the first. It's Hanover nothing. The Mount coming to bat.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow.
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
So Courtney Chuki will be the pitcher here this afternoon in game number 2 for Hanover. Chuki, we told you, comes into this afternoon's second game with a 4-5 record and a 7.12 ERA. Chuki is from Warsaw Community High School in Warsaw, Indiana. She is a sophomore right-hander, and she will be facing the top of the batting order for the Mount in Aaliyah Tucker, Brooke Otto, and Elizabeth Ivers. When you look at this roster, Chris, and we really didn't even talk about it in game number 1, there are not many players on this roster for Hanover.
No, I noticed that when I was going through different things over the last couple of days. I noticed a limited roster, several kids from the Indiana area, only one kid actually here local. Nikki Bridgers is from Florence, Kentucky, Boone County High School. So stay strong in that state of Indiana, and not a ton of kids on that roster, like you said.
So Aaliyah Tucker will lead it off. She came into this afternoon's doubleheader hitting .448. And in the first game, she was 1 for 3, but that one was a big one. It was a home run in the third inning that eventually was the game-winning hit in the 2-1 win. Tucker, 6 homers on the season. Right-handed batter as that wind really whipping around the stadium here this evening. Playing in at the corners is the Hanover defense, and we'll check that defense in just a second, and that pitch is upstairs to Tucker, 1-0. Cox is in left, Dickinson in center, Smith in right. Adams is playing third in game number 2, Hutchison at short, Bradley at second, Ralston at first. Higginhold is behind the plate, and Chuki on the mound, and that pitch is tapped foul behind home plate, 1-1 the count.
Looking at Aaliyah Tucker, just standing-wise and stats in the conference, literally involved in every stat: batting average, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, runs scored, triples, doubles, runs batted in, hits. She's does it all, and one of the top players in conference.
That pitch hangs outside, 2-1. You know, I really think Tucker is the player of the year, but I think as far as the other teams are concerned, it'll come down between her and Brumble.
Yeah, looks like her, Hubble, and then obviously Annie Shuck out of Trinity. So
yep, that pitch swung on it, grounded wide of third and foul.
We didn't talk about it much in game 1. We saw Hubble here last week against Defiance, and man, she had a heck of a week last week for Defiance. She got HCAC Hitter of the Week, and she really turned the page last week for them, and getting them a crucial couple conference wins for them to keep them in their hopes alive for the tournament. But yeah, I'd say Hubble, Tucker, and Annie Shuck probably in the mix for Player of the Year in HCAC play.
2-2 to Tucker. Chuki into the wind, and that pitch is upstairs. 3-2. So Tucker has run the count full. Here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Chuki into the wind, and the pitch swung on and grounded right through the box into center field for a base hit.
Really good at bat for Aaliyah. Stay patient. Stayed to her approach, was able to get a pitch, got it up to the full count, take a pitch, drive it up the middle of the field, out the center field for a single.
Now is where the fun begins. 25 out of 21, 25 out of 29 on the season. for Tucker in the stolen base category. She leads the Heartland in that category. Brooke Otto, the center fielder, number 2 hitter for the Lions, is up now.
Look for a pitch out here.
Playing in at the corners is Hanover. Chuki taking a lot of time. Now the first pitch is outside. Tucker faked to go and then held up, and that pitch was a called strike over the outside corner.
Really? Looked to be, honestly, I thought it was the pitch out that I was expecting, but you have to kind of be careful with Tucker. You don't want to let her go on first pitch. You got to still kind of keep that defense on its toes of when you send her, or you can even lay down a bunt if you're Brooke Otto.
0-1 the count to Otto. Otto pulls the bat back after squaring to bunt. Throw back down to first base. Hit Tucker in the right cheekbone.
Yeah, first baseman was coming up to play the bunt. Otto attempted to put a bunt down, and second baseman kind of wrapped around to kind of throw behind Tucker there, and looks like the ball just hit her on the backside.
1-1 the count to Otto. Tucker, there she goes, high, pitches high, throw down to second base, bounces in front of the bag, and in with a head first slide is Aaliyah Tucker with her 26th stolen base.
We talked about how dangerous she is. She got a good jump. The throw was just a little bit short. She was able to get a head first slide and easily get that stolen base, and now we got a runner in scoring position, no outs.
Otto ahead in the count, 2-1. Now with Tucker at third. And Adams playing in at third. Well, look for Tucker maybe to go on one of these pitches, try to steal third. 2-1 the count. That pitch swung on and grounded inside the bag and fair down the third base line. Tucker's going to go into third base and stay right there as Cox got the ball in quickly, but into second base with a double is Brooke Otto.
Really smart choice there by Coach Godowitz. I know it's tempting to send Tucker on a ball there, but the ball was hit hard pretty. Cox was able to get that ball. Really good heads-up play by Otto to get to second. Now we've got runners at second and third with the middle part of our lineup coming up. So really good call there by Coach Godowitz on kind of putting the brakes on everybody.
Ivers had a base hit in the first ball game. She was 1 for 3. She leads the team in RBIs with 28. And she stands up there with an opportunity to drive home a couple right now.
There's a big gap in between right field and center field.
Huge gap as they're playing over in left center, and that pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0.
So big opportunity
and
here
now,
for the Mount.
What do we have? Third base umpire. Not sure what that was. Did you see?
Something, he said something to the pitcher, I believe. Looks like Coach Collinsworth came out and mentioned something to her.
Well, the count is 1-0. Ivers gets the sign from Beth Godowitz down in the third base coach's box. Otto at second, Tucker at third. 1-0 the count to Ivers. Swung on and missed. She was underneath that fastball, 1-1.
Big cut there by Ivers. Just put a ball in play. We've got speed on the bases. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything special here. A ball out to right field, maybe even right center will score and potentially get her a double. It's a huge gap between right field and center field.
Right-handed batter, the catcher. 1-1 the count. That pitch swung on and grounded foul down the third base side.
You can see they're giving her all inside pitches, though, because shortstop and third are all playing tight to the left field line. You got center moved over to the left field, so they're going to go in and in on her and make her try to turn on a ball.
1-2. Nobody down here in the first inning. Lions with the first scoring opportunity of the ball game here in the first. Ivers with Sarah Miller on deck. Chuki works into the wind, and the pitch is upstairs, gets by the catcher. Coming home is Tucker, throw to the plate, not in time, and it's 1-0 Mount as Otto goes to third on the pass ball.
Really good job, base running by both Tucker and Otto. Pass ball, got up behind the catcher, back to the backstop. Aaliyah was able to come home and score, and then Otto was able to move up from second to third. Still no outs, still an opportunity for Ivers to drive a run in, and Mount maybe take a 2-0 lead here early.
So the Lions draw first blood at 1-0 here in the first. Runner at third is Otto. 2-2 the count to Ivers. And the pitch is down low. Nice stop by Higginhold. And the count now 3-2.
Looks like full count. Yeah, everybody was looking up, making sure they had the count right. Full count here.
Chuki looking in for the sign. And the payoff pitch to the plate is upstairs. Ball 4. She lost her.
Really good job by B. She was able to get back into that battle. Like I said, they were coming in on her most of the way and stayed patient, took a few pitches, and see what happens here. Runners on the corner, no outs. Obviously one of the hottest hitters in the HCAC coming up in Sarah Miller.
Sarah was 0 for 2 in the first game with a sacrifice. Now she'll step in with runners at first and third. Ivers is going to go ahead and run for herself at first base. Otto is at third. Moving into the wind is Chuki, and the pitch swung on and line foul. Almost took off Beth Gotterwist in the third base coach's box.
She's spun around now. She's kind of taking a few steps off that line down there as Sarah roped one down the left field line foul.
That was almost a nice disco move.
Yeah.
0-1 the count. Still nobody down here in the first inning. Boy, the infield for Hanover having trouble with that sun over the first base dugout. That pitch is down low. 1-1. You can tell in the outfield and the shortstop, third base, Hutchison and Adams, all holding the gloves above their heads to block out the sun. Anything hitting the sky is going to be treacherous. 1-1 the count to Miller. Bramble's on deck. That pitch swung on, fouled straight back against the screen. 1-2.
Sarah coming in hitting .484 in conference. That's outstanding. Obviously, she's done what she's done on the mound for the team, and being able to do it on both ends, defensively and offensively, makes her a very special player for the Mount.
So 1-2 the count. Chuki into the motion, and the pitch to Miller is high and outside. Count evens up, 2-2.
Sarah, one of the few seniors that will be graduating on Saturday, so congratulations to those seniors. And classes are all finished up at the Mount, so it's a little bit of softball the next few weeks, graduation, and they're off into their adulthood.
2-2 the count. Miller swung on and missed. First out of the inning is a strikeout.
Great strikeout right there by Chuki. Looks like she got her on a change.
Now batting.
Sarah was out on her front foot and was not able to stay back on it. That was a huge strikeout with no on, 2 outs.
And now I believe we're going to have a pinch runner. Ivers is going to come out of the game, and coming in will be, and that's going to be Whitmer. Alyssa Whitmer, who pinch ran in the first ball game, will now pinch run in this one.
For the Lions, number 0, Alyssa Whitmer.
We talked a little bit about Alyssa in game 1, just how she's really been really good for us as far as being a pinch runner and staying focused. Sometimes it's hard to stay in that dugout and stay locked in on a game, but when you're coming in at various times of the game to be a pinch runner and be effective, you got to stay in the moment, and she's been really good for us this year, so really good job by Alyssa to just kind of key in on her role on this team.
Otto is still at third. Now Whitmer is at first, pinch running for Ivers. 1 down in the inning, and it brings up Casey Bramble. Bramble takes that pitch. There goes Whitmer. The throw into second base, bounces in front of the bag, and then sliding is Whitmer with the stolen base. Holding at third is Otto.
Exactly what you wanted there. You bring her in to run for Ivers. She's able to get down to second. Now you move 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Base hit scores 2. We got Bramble and Hodge on deck, so hopefully the Lions can push a few across here for Cam McCool.
7th stolen base of the year for Whitmer in 8 attempts. 0-1 the count to Bramble. She squares again, now pulls the bat back and takes it upstairs for a ball, 1-1.
We're really excited to see what Casey Bramble can be here for the Mount. She's had a really good year, got an opportunity in left field, has really taken control of that, done really good defensively, offensively. She's been outstanding, so really excited for her over the next few years to see her continue to grow.
There's some interesting news out of Major League Baseball here in a second. The 1-1 pitch to Bramble, high and outside for a ball, 2-1. Baltimore Orioles pitcher John Means struck out 12. He's the first Orioles pitcher to throw a complete game no-hitter since Jim Palmer in 1969.
1969, just a little bit before I was born.
Yeah, let's not rub it in.
Right. Well, while we're on the topic of MLB, looks like Joey Votto's going to be out for a month or so for the Reds with a broken thumb. You actually said you saw it live. I just read it via Twitter, so.
Yeah, it was an errant pitch by Dallas Keuchel of the White Sox, and it just caught him finger on the bat and ended up busting the finger. They had to take him out of the game right away.
That's never good. Like I said, probably be out a month. The Reds were able to walk it off today in the 10th with a 1-0 win, and then looks like they'll head up to Cleveland for a series this weekend.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what they do for a full-time first baseman. They could always move Castellanos to first base, and
Naquin can go out.
Yeah.
A couple different options there, Moustakas, or a couple different options for him.
See what they decide to do. Stevenson's been playing first base. He replaced him there today. 2-1. Bramble lays down a bunt, but it's foul. Boy, the squeeze was on, but Bramble just could not get it into fair territory, so the count now even at 2-2.
Yeah, with 2 strikes here, you probably take the squeeze off, let her swing away here, see if she can't drive a pitch out in the outfield and score 2 runs.
Yeah, you don't expect the squeeze with 2 strikes. 1 down, still here in the first inning. It's 1-0 Mount. Bramble again, squares, now pulls it back on 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3.
That's 2 strikeouts right there with the change. She likes going to that pitch when she gets them on 2 strikes. And 2 big strikeouts for Chuki here as she battles to try to keep this a 1-run game with runners in scoring position for the Mount.
So it brings to the plate Maya Hodge. Hodge came in hitting .327 on the day. She had a base hit, wrapped around that, a couple of strikeouts, and she takes that first pitch high for a ball.
Maya's another young one that we're excited about. Obviously, defensively at second, she's been outstanding. Her offense has been really good early on. Had a little stretch there in the middle of the season, and she's really been coming on strong over the last weeks offensively.
Woodyard is on deck. That's a floater that catches the inside part of the plate, 1-1.
Man, if Chuki's able to get out of this 2 on, no outs, it's really big for Hanover to keep this a 1-run game.
1-1 the count. And the pitch to Hodge, another change up for a called strike, 1-2.
Seems early, that's kind of her go-to, so we'll have to adjust to that as the game continues on.
Doesn't appear to be any change in her motion either when she throws that. Now the wind blowing straight out to center field. 1-2 the count. And the pitch swung on and grounded just outside the bag at third, foul.
Inches away from being trouble, they would have scored 2. Just down that left field line, just about a half a ball down there off to the foul line, and have to continue to battle here, stay of the course, try to find a ball and drive it and try to get some more runs on the board.
2 outs here in the first, 1-0 Mount, but they have runners at second and third. Whitmer at second, Otto at third, pitch swung on and grounded to short. Hutchison grabs it and throws across in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Mount, they pick up 1 run in the inning, and they head into inning number 2, up 1-0. Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
Well, the Lions are able to break through for the first run of the ball game in the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Mount. And Dickinson, Ralston, and Hilgenhold will be the scheduled 3 hitters for Hanover here in the second inning of play. That first game went by extremely quick.
I think it was about an hour and 32 minutes. So yeah,
we might be able to get you home before your bedtime.
There you go. 9 p.m. We'll be right back here tomorrow afternoon.
That pitch swung on and grounded to second. Hodge down to one knee, grabs it, throws it in time. 1 away on 1 pitch. And it brings up Brittany Ralston.
Quick out there from McCool, was able to get a grounder over to Maya Hodge, went down on one knee, was able to cleanly get that and throw it over to Gabbard at first for the first out of the inning.
We will be back here 4:30 game time tomorrow afternoon, so we'll be on the air at 4:20. And that pitch, nice curveball at the knees for a strike. Boy, she really whipped that thing in there. 0-1 the count, 1 away here in the top of the second. To Ralston, and that pitch is low and outside for a ball, 1-1.
As we talked in game 1, Hanover, 5 games remaining. Need to win 1 to clinch a spot in the HCAC conference tournament.
That pitch swung on and missed by Ralston, 1-2.
Attempting to get back to the conference tournament since 2016 when they actually won the title and moved on to the NCAA regionals. The Mount continue to try to keep the winning streak alive, continue to close out these last 3 games.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game registered by Cam McCool. 2 away, and it brings up David Higginhold. Higginhold, the catcher. Right-handed batter. In the first game, Higginhold batted 8th, and she was 0 for 3, and that pitch is taken at the knees for a strike.
It already feels like Cam's almost in a groove already. Quick first inning, couple quick outs here to start the second inning, and you can just tell she's ready to go. She gets the ball back and she's ready to pitch.
That pitch low outside. Called strike. 0-2. Higginhold backs out of the batter's box. Did not like that call at all, but nonetheless, it's 0-2 with 2 down. And McCool's pitch swung on, fouled out of play on the right side. Count stays 0-2.
The only other game in the conference tonight is getting ready to start at 7. Rose Holman and DePaul.
The 0-2 pitch is upstairs, 1-2. A lot of advice from the Hanover dugout. That pitch is outside. 2-2. Everybody's a batting coach.
Yeah, nice job by Higginhold, though, to here battle back to make it 2-2 count. If you're Cam here, you're looking to go at her here for the strikeout.
2-2 pitch to the plate. That's going to be a called strike 3. So McCool strikes out 2 of the 3 batters in the inning. She's got 4 strikeouts so far in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nothing lacrosse. It's 1-0 Mount as we head to the bottom of the second. Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB Co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB Co-host.
I wanted to grow my leadership skills, but with work and a busy life, how could I fit it all in? Then I learned Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's program in organizational leadership. For about one Saturday a month, I studied and refined my leadership skills alongside working professionals and top-notch professors. I'm now the leader I set out to be. The Mount's organizational leadership program helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Well, it's 1-0. Mount on top of it as we head into the second inning of play. Bottom of the second. Gracie Woodyard, who homered in the first ball game, leads it off, and then comes Rachel Gabbard and Casey Fincham. Woodyard came into the doubleheader, hitting .329, pops that up just behind second base, and it's going to drop in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Backing it up is Bradley and gets it in a hurry, holding Woodyard at first base with a single.
She was able to drive a ball out to right field. Actually, it wasn't even driven. It was kind of a flare, kind of a bloop over second base's head. She turned to run to try to go get it, and it just fell right in between second and right field for Gracie to get on for a single to start the inning.
Rachel Gabbard, she was 1 for 2 in the first game, strikeout and a base hit. Casey Fincham is on deck, nobody down. Mount leads it 1-0. Gabbard swings, fly ball out into right field, and it's going to go up against the fence. Woodyard is going to round second, then picking the ball up is the right fielder Smith, throws it into second base, and in with a dive is Gabbard with a double, and holding at third base will be Woodyard.
Really good job by both Gracie Woodyard and Rachel Gabbard on the base path right there. Gracie Woodyard was able to get first to third on the ball to right field, and then Gabbard was able to read it off the wall and able to drive in there, get it up to second. So runners second and third, no outs, another big opportunity for the Mount. See if we can come through here.
Casey Fincham is up. She reached on a bunt single and lined out to center field. And now we'll have a pinch runner for Gabbard out at second base for the Lions, and that'll be Haley Johnson. So Johnson goes in at second base as the pinch runner. Gabbard, I don't know, maybe she roughed up her knee a little bit as she slid into second, but she came off rather slowly.
Yeah, she came off rather slowly. I know typically once she gets on, they would like to pinch run forward just to add a little bit of speed on the bases. And Haley Johnson from Oregon, an Oregon recruit, so enjoying her time at the Mount. Had a little conversations with her, so she gets an opportunity to run here at second and just be smart out there on the bases.
1-0 Mount, and that pitch to Fincham is upstairs for a ball. Tucker is on deck. Boy, the Lions with a big opportunity here with runners at second and third, nobody out.
Yeah, back-to-back innings, first and second inning here to start the game. You got to take advantage when you get these opportunities, especially with no outs. Put a ball in play here. There's a huge gap in between center and right field.
Pitch to Fincham is a called strike over the inside part of the plate. 1-1. Woodyard is at third. Johnson, after the double by Gabbard, is at second. 1-1 the count, nobody down. And the pitch to the plate swung on, lined into center field. Coming in is Dickinson. She'll grab it on the fly, and holding at third base will be Woodyard. So one away. Boy, Fincham smacked that right on the nose, but it went right to Dickinson.
Fincham's been hitting the ball hard all day long. It's just going right to people. So really good job at her swinging the bat and making good contact. Smart choice by Coach Gotterwitz to hold everybody at second and third. Obviously still only one out with the top of the lineup with Aaliyah and Brooke coming up here to still able to get a base hit to score some runs.
So now Tucker, who singled, stole a base, came around to score the only run of the ball game in the first inning, is up with an RBI opportunity. One down, runners at second and third. Chuki into the wind for the Panthers, and that pitch is inside, backs Tucker off the plate, 1-0.
So far, what I'm gathering so far is everything inside on the Mount hitters. You can see the gap in between right, center. Everything is going inside on them. Coach Morris is pointing out to right center field. Just find a gap out there and run for days.
The 1-0 swung on, line down the left field line, but foul.
Aaliyah checking the bat there to see where she just missed that.
Well, she got all of it, but it was way out in front, 1-1.
A lot of energy coming out of that Lions dugout, isn't it?
Absolutely, a 1-1 line fly ball out into right center. Going back deep is the right fielder Smith. Makes a nice catch on the warning track. Tagging at third is Woodyard, and coming home to score, and then tagging is Johnson at second and going into third. And the Lions now lead it 2-0 on the RBI sacrifice fly.
Really good job with Aaliyah. Took a ball out to right field. Smart base running by Gracie and Haley Johnson again. Both were able to tag. Johnson was able to move up to third, and Gracie was able to tag and score. So good job by Aaliyah, putting the ball in play with runners in scoring position and able to push around 2 runs across for the Lions. And we still have an opportunity here with a runner at third with Brooke Otto.
So Otto, who doubled her last time up the gap in left field, with a 2-0 lead, 2 outs, and Johnson at third, and that pitch swung on, lined into center field. Dickinson comes in and has it for the third out of the inning, but the Lions come through with a run here in the second, and they lead it 2-0 heading to the third inning of play.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
The Lions lead it here at the complex, 2-0 as we head to the third inning of play.
That was a hard-hit ball by Brooke Otto to close out that inning. I'm looking at Hanover's roster. Catherine Dickinson is a name to remember. She's only a sophomore. She's been outstanding for Hanover in center field today. She's made several good plays through one of our runners out in game one, a couple of diving grabs, and just really been consistent on the defensive end out there. So keep an eye on her moving forward here in the HCA.
Yeah, that play she made, Chris, in the first game, sliding and making a catch off of her shoe tops, was one of the best plays that we've seen this year. Chuki, Cox, and then the top of the order, Bradley, up for Hanover, and Chuki takes that first pitch for a ball. Chuki does not have a batting average on the year. Right-handed batter swings and fouls that back up against the screen. 1-1 the count. Chuki on the year has been to the plate. This will only be her 6th time of the season. That pitch called strike, 1-2.
Cam's doing a good job. She knows she's going to get that outside call, so she's doing a really good job of painting that corner, making Hanover's players adjust and make them have to maybe try to hit a ball out to right field.
And the 1-2 pitch to Chuki is hit her, and looked like the left front elbow glanced off of that, and Chuki is on at first base.
Yeah, that was definitely by accident. It was a 1-2 count. Looks like the pitch just got away from her and came in and was able to hit off Ivers on the helmet back and behind the plate, and Hanover's got a leadoff hit by pitch here to start the top of the third inning.
5th batter that McCool has plunked this year. She had retired 4, make it 5 in a row up until that point. So the leadoff man is on, and that pitch is swung on, and a fly ball out to center field that Brooke Otto will park herself underneath and take in for the first out of the inning.
We talked a little bit about Dickinson out in center field. Mount St. Joseph's got a heck of a center fielder in Brooke Otto. We made a move a couple weeks ago by moving Brooke Otto to center and Gracie Woodyard over to right, and that's been worked in a wonderful way for both of those players for defensively standpoints, and it's been a really big move for the Mount defensively.
Kenzie Bradley, the second baseman, is up to the plate now with 1 down, and she squares the bunt, takes that upstairs for a ball. Bradley grounded to third, heard last time up. Boy, when you got Bradley and Smith in that 1-2 spot in the batting order, you've got a pair of twins.
Yeah, both lefties looking to just put a ball in play, use their speed to get on, and then obviously with Hutchinson and Bierman behind them, you've got some power hitters. So nice little lineup put together here by Coach Collinsworth.
And the 1-0 is taken over the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. One down here in the inning. Runner at first base is Chuki, the pitcher. She was hit by a pitch, and that pitch is a strike over the outside corner, 1-2. Chuki has not attempted a stolen base. As a matter of fact, this is the first time she's been on base this year for the Panthers. 1-2 the count, and the pitch swung on, popped foul and out of play. And the count stays 1-2 to Bradley. Bradley had a tough first game also. She was 0 for 5. And the 1-2 pitch to the plate is low and outside, 2-2. Well, I think Ivers wanted that pitch.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Try to paint that outside corner again just to see if we could get that call. 2-2 here, go at her. Definitely don't want to get something going here for Hanover here in the top of the third.
Lions lead at 2-0. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up to short. Coming in is Tucker. She'll grab it. Looked to throw to first base, but Gabbard tells her just hang on to it, so there's 2 away.
You were talking about the sun out there. It looks like Hodge and Tucker up the middle for the mound. Both have sunglasses on. Otto's got sunglasses on out there. And that sun's coming right down onto the field, playing into this game a little bit.
2-away, and it brings up Mackenzie Smith, who singled, reached second on a wild pitch. Was stranded right there in the first inning of play, and she takes that low and outside. Smith was very successful coming into the ball game, hitting .317. That pitch is grounded to third. Fincham up and across in time, and the Lions get out without giving up a run. Just a hit batsman in the inning for Hanover, and we head to the bottom of the third. It is Mount 2, Hanover nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, like when you need a textbook. Students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options: free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub, located in the Roar Store, or delivered to your off-campus residence. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center. Well, Elizabeth Ivers will lead it off for the Lions here in the bottom of the third. They lead it 2-0. Ivers walked her first time up,
leading off for the Lions,
and then was pinch run for. So Ivers, Miller, and Bramble. For the Lions here going up against Chuki. Lions have won 11 in a row. They are 24-8.
93 runs in that 11-game winning streak.
That pitch swung on, fouled back towards Chris as he ducks under the table, and it's out of play. Chicken.
Lily Bierman was able to keep this offense kind of intact with only giving up those 2 runs, but looks like we've got something out on the field, out in right field. Tennis ball or?
Yep, tennis ball.
You got to mention there's a youth softball team down here down the line in right field, and they're all up on the fence having a great time, just checking out the game. Excited to be out here on a nice evening.
2-0 Mount leads it. It's an 0-1 count to Ivers. And the pitch to Elizabeth is high and outside, gets by the catcher, Hilgenhold. 1-1 the count. Yeah, it would be nice, Chris, if the Lions could procure the top spot in the conference and host the tournament. I would love to do every one of those games.
It would be a fun weekend. Conference tournament begins a week from tomorrow. The top 5 teams in the conference obviously get in.
And the 1-1 way upstairs, 2-1.
The regular season champion will actually host the conference tournament, so still undetermined as far as where it's going to be played, what time it will be played, who all will be in there, but it's all starting to kind of funnel together, and we should all know everything by Sunday night, if not earlier.
Yep. 2-1 the count to Ivers. And that pitch is lined past the diving shortstop into left field up against the fence. Ivers rounds first, heading into second, and she's in with a stand-up double. Man, she smacked that ball.
That ball was smacked in between third and short, and it literally rode all the way to the fence in left field, and she was able to get out on it and get a double off of it. So we've got something going here. Obviously, Ivers gets a double to start off the inning, and then Miller and Bramble Hodge coming up behind her. So hopefully the Mount can take advantage of another opportunity here in the bottom of the third.
Lions up 2-0, but a leadoff double by Ivers brings up Sarah Miller, who struck out the first time up. Miller, right-handed batter against Chuki. Chuki's done a nice job of working herself out of predicaments. And that pitch is upstairs too high for a ball.
That ball was smoked by Ivers, wasn't it?
It really
Right off
was.
the bat,
Boy. We'll check the defense for Hanover here in a second for you. 1-0. 1-0 the count, I should say. And that pitch swung on and a bouncer to second. Moving to her right is Bradley. Throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning, but advancing to third is Ivers.
Good job by Sarah to move a runner, have a good at-bat, do something. That's what the Mount's been working on here recently, is doing something within that bat when a runner's in scoring position. Whether you move a runner over, sack, bunt, put a ball out and play, just don't get called out on strikes, don't go down swinging, do something with runners on.
We needed to play this game yesterday with that walk-up music, May the 4th be with you. Yep. Bramble's been on fire since she switched to the Darth Vader theme.
I've said it several times. She's got an opportunity to be a really good player. You look at her numbers, she's got about half of the at-bats of Aaliyah Tucker. Obviously, she didn't get to play a ton early on in the season, but she's taken full advantage of it in the back half, and her numbers are almost half of what Aaliyah's done, so really excited to see what she can do in the next couple years in a Mount uniform.
So one away, Ivers now at third. Mount leads at 2-0, and Bramble up to the plate. And she pulls the bat back line right into the glove of the third baseman, Adams, for the second out of the inning.
Nice play by Adams over there on the hot corner. Hard line drive by Bramble. Adams was able to hang with it, make the out for the second out. Again, Chuki's looking to get out of another jam. The Mounts had several runners on here and just unable to capitalize so far early.
Maya Hodge, right-handed hitter, open stance. Had a big hit in the first game. And takes that pitch outside for a ball. Hodge grounded out to short her first time up.
How about this? Both the second basemen here in the last 5 years for the Mount have been from Fairfield. Katie Tarter and now Maya Hodge.
The 1-0 pitch to Hodge is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Well, the Bengals' possible new right guard is from Fairfield also.
Yeah, I liked what the Bengals did in the draft pick. Obviously, go get Chase. A lot of people said offensive line that first pick, but go get the playmakers when they're available.
1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. I'm happy with what my Browns did.
Browns, they should have won that playoff game last year, by the way, out in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Got that missed call down there in the end zone.
Oh, well. 2-1. Line in the center field, base hit by Hodge, and it's 3-0 as Ivers comes home to score.
we've talked about Hodge obviously heating up offensively right there. Was able to stay on a pitch and drive it right into center field and was able to get an RBI scoring Ivor. So really good job, Maya Hodge, getting a runner in scoring position and delivering with a base hit.
I just like her approach to the plate lately. She's going up there and swinging the bat with a lot of confidence.
She works hard in the cage. She's constantly in the cage, so I got to give her credit for that, and it's paying off for her.
Gracie Woodyard singled to center, came around to score her first time up, so she is 1 for 1. Hodge with 2 outs at first base. That pitch is upstairs for a ball.
Talk about somebody who's offensively been pretty good here recently. Gracie Woodyard, she's hit a couple home runs over the weekend, hit one earlier here today. She's been hitting the ball really well, really solid, one of our seniors, and really good with what she's been doing here recently.
1-0 the count to Gracie. Gabbard is on deck. That pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play.
What's the Aaron Rodgers? What about that news? I heard he's thinking about going to the Raiders.
You know,
we were talking NFL, so I kind of went back to that a little bit.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but Aaron Rodgers to me is so much of a prima donna, and it's not worth it. He's only got 2 or 3 years left in the league. That pitch down low. There goes Hodge. Taking a ball. Hodge slides in feet first with a stolen base.
Really good job by Hodge. Saw that ball was in the dirt. Got a good jump at first. Was able to get over to second, and then we got another runner in scoring position. So, like we said, Hodge is just really comfortable in what she's doing right now in all areas of the game.
2-1 to Woodyard. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to bring a lot of talent to your team, but he's also going to bring a lot of headaches.
He likes to be in control, that's for sure.
Yes, 2-1, swung on and grounded to third. On one hop to Adams, throw across in time. So the Mount threatens, they get a run, but they can't get any more than that. They've picked up a run in each of the first 3 innings. We head to the 4th. It's 3-0 the Lions over Hanover.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Well, your line score through the first 3 innings of play for the Mount. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they have left 4 on base. For Hanover, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they have left 2 on base. So 3-0 Mount leads it heading into the 4th inning of play. And for Hanover, it will be the middle 3. Hutchison,
leading off for the
Bierman, and Dickinson.
Shortstop number 33, Kendra.
Big inning coming up for Cam McCool. Obviously the meat of their lineup with Hanover coming up in the middle of the lineup. And just looking at Cam's numbers right now, only 40 pitches through 3 innings, so she's doing a really good job of keeping that pitch count low, 4 strikeouts. But
27 of them strikes, and that first pitch bounces in front of the plate for a ball.
Tough inning here with the meat of the lineup for the Hanover coming up, so we'll see what can happen. Obviously the Lions are doing what they're supposed to be doing offensively, scoring each inning so far, and only 1 hit given up by Cam. So really good job so far defensively and pitching.
1-0 the count. 2 Hutchison swung on and lined into center field for a base hit. Boy, Hutchison has really been on the ball here today.
Yeah, she's had a really good offensive day here for Hanover. Sorry. And, like I said, this part of their lineup is kind of scary, like you said, with Bradley and Smith, and then you get the power between Hutchison and Bierman, and then obviously Dickinson's a good player overall. So Hanover's got a nice little team, and you can see why they're 8-3 in the conference.
Hutchison at first base, leading off the inning with a base hit, and now it's Bierman, and that pitch is a called strike on the outside corner.
The thing I'm most impressed with Hanover, they started the year 1-9, obviously got into conference play and really got together and obviously was playing some really good ball, and that kind of just speaks highly of.
That pitch, curveball, nice pitch, but hung just a little too low, 1-1.
Speaks highly of the head coach, Corey Collinsworth, just a grinder type of a person, hard-working, never going to quit when something doesn't go your way. So really good job by Hanover to just kind of really flip the page on their season once conference play started.
1-1 pitch to the plate, swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Cam to Bierman, and the count now is 1-2. Hutchison really has not shown any indication, although Hanover does not run all that much. We told you in the first game they have as many steals as Aaliyah Tucker does this year. That pitch is tapped foul behind home plate, and Bierman stays alive, 1-2. Dickinson is on deck. Hutchison had 3 hits in the first game and now 1 here in the second game. She's 4 for 7 today. And that pitch swung on, fly ball left field. Going back is Bramble. Nice grab by Bramble back on the warning track and gets it in a hurry and keeps Hutchison at first base.
Really good job by Bramble. That ball was hit on the screws and kept carrying. I thought it was almost going to get up against the wall, and Bramble had a really good job. Really went back and got a ball, and really big play right there to, like you said, keep Hutchison at first with only 1 out.
And that'll bring up Dickinson, who grounded to second her first time. Dickinson was 0 for 2 in the first game with a walk sandwiched in between. Hutchison still at first, and that pitch is a strike.
We mentioned in the first game, Hanover's ranked 6th in the conference with batting average. They were coming into the day on .281. Pitching for them, they were ranked 3rd in the conference with 2.09 ERA.
0-1 the count, and here comes the 6:30 B&O. And that pitch is outside. 1-1 the count now. Boy, a lot of movement by the Mount infield when, as Dickinson showed bunt. One and one the count. And the pitch scores the bunt, bunts it foul over near the first base dugout, and the count now 1-2.
Interesting right there. 1 out, 1-1 count. Looked like potential to try to put a sac bunt down to move a runner over, just maybe to try to get on the scoreboard here in the 4th inning.
1-2 the count. There goes the runner. Pitch popped up to short, going back into short left field, and grabbing it at a nice catch over her left shoulder is Tucker for the 2nd out of the inning.
Looks like she's shaking up just a little bit on the play, but the ball was just popped over her head, over into short left center, or left field, and she was able to kind of make a basket catch behind her with her back turned to the home plate. So a really good play by Tucker. She made it look easy, but it was a lot tougher than what it was.
Hutchison still at first base, and it brings up Brittany Ralston, who struck out her first time up. Right-handed batter, 2 down, and that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Cam has done a nice job of getting ahead of the hitters here this afternoon. 0-1 the count, 3-0 Mount leads it. 2 down in the inning. And that pitch swung on and fouled straight back. 0-2.
We talked earlier, Hanover had only seen Cam only 2 innings back in 2019. Obviously saw Sarah Miller a few times then, but only got to see Cam for 2 innings. Obviously didn't play last year in the 2020 COVID season, so this is really the first time a lot of these players from Hanover have seen Cam.
That pitch is high and outside for a ball, 1-2. Hutchison has not shown any indication of going. Ralston with Higginhold on deck. And the 1-2 pitch from Cam McCool is outside for a ball, 2-2. Have to hesitate every time there's a pitch on that outside corner. 2-2 the count. McCool with 2 down here in the inning. Swung on and popped foul over to the third base side, but it will go out of play. And the count stays 2-2. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, Franklin comes to town. 4:30 game time. Chris will be on the air by himself at 4:20.
I'm going to be solo tomorrow, huh?
2-2 the count. And that pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 to end the inning. So Ralston goes down for the second time in the ball game, and that's the 5th strikeout in the contest for McCool. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's the Mount 3 and Hanover nothing.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
They say that great teams are built on teamwork, unity, and camaraderie. They say that great teams succeed when everyone's voice is heard, when everyone's included. Laugh together, build together, lift each other up. They say it takes a lot of hard work to be a great team. So we say, let's get to it.
Well, we go into the bottom of the 4th inning. Mount leads it 3-0. Chris, we talked about it in the first game. Let's talk about it here in the second game also, about the tournament implications and what these games mean to the Mount.
Both of these games are huge for the Mount, huge for Hanover. We'll start with the Mount first. Obviously, we've got the rest of this game. Then we've got 2 games against Franklin tomorrow night. If the Mount can win out, they will get a co-share of the regular season championship. Obviously, it still would depend on what Transylvania does in the remaining of their games. And then Hanover's looking to get 1 win out of the last 5 games here to clinch a spot in the HCAC tournament. So a lot of important games still to be played this weekend.
Rachel Gabbard with a base hit to center field, and it gets by the center fielder Dickinson, who lost it in the sun. Gabbard's going to round first and head into second with a stand-up double.
The first mistake Dickinson's made all day, cost her a double right there. She came in on a ball, laid out for it, great effort, just looks like you said, it could have lost it in the sun, mistimed it a little bit, was able to roll all the way to the fence, and Gabbard's up there with a double to lead off the inning, and the Mount got another runner in scoring position. I believe every inning this game they've had a runner in scoring position.
Dickinson and Hutchison have been really bothered by the sun, which is glaring down right into their eyes in their positions, and that time Dickinson just appeared to lose it in the sun. So a double by Gabbard, and it brings up Casey Fincham, who flied to center her first time. Nobody down, and that pitch goes upstairs to Fincham for a ball.
Several people in the Lions lineup so far have hit the ball really hard. Hodge, Fincham, Gabbard, Gracie Woodyard, Aaliyah. A lot of they're swinging the bat with a lot of confidence. Their approach to the plate is a lot different.
That pitch is a called strike at the knees. 1-1 the count.
It's a lot different than it was earlier in the year. Earlier in the year, we failed to mention, as young as this team is, a heck of a non-conference schedule, several top 25 teams. In the newest poll today, the Mount actually received 4 top 25 votes.
1-1 pitch grounded to short. Coming in is Hutchison. Looks the runner back, throws across, and it gets by the first baseman. Ralston safe at first is the runner, Fincham. And advancing to third on the error by the first baseman will be Gabbard down to third.
After a pretty clean game from Hanover, the first game, here in the bottom half of the 4th, looks like a couple mistakes here have cost them a few base runners and a couple bags here. Obviously the misplay by Dickinson out in center, and then there just a drop ball by first baseman, and now we've got runners on the corners with the top of the lineup, and the Mount have an opportunity to really blow this thing open.
Little discussion down at first base by Corey Collinsworth as to whether or not Fincham had turned to go to second or not on that overthrow at first base.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they did away with that rule. If you go, you have to turn out to the foul line. As long as you don't show that you're going to second, I don't really think they kind of keep a close eye on that anymore as far as which way you turn after getting through the first base bag.
So Aaliyah Tucker is up now, and she swings and misses on a nice pitch.
She was trying to put that one into the woods.
Runners at first and third for the Lions. Gabbard is at third. Fincham at first after the first error of the ball game. Tucker with nobody down. Lions lead at 3-0. And the 0-1 is down low. Nice stop by Higginhold. 1-1 the count.
Just to put this out there, so in the new top 25 today, DePaul's ranked number 3. Obviously, the Mount St. Joseph Lions beat them earlier in the year, and then Wartburg was coming in at number 15, and the Lions were able to get them earlier in the year, too.
1-1 to Tucker. That pitch, there goes Fincham. And then there'll be no throw down to second base. It was taken upstairs by Tucker. 2-1.
Nice job by Fincham to get a good jump. Hanover elected not to throw down. Now we've got runners at second and third, no outs, still the top of the lineup, and really a huge opportunity for the Mount to really blow this thing open.
Fincham, that's her second stolen base in 3 attempts on the season. Runners at second and third, still nobody out. Tucker with a .448 batting average, and the pitch swung on and lined down the left field line, but foul. And the count evens up at 2-2. Boy, she was way out in front of that one, but got good aluminum on it.
Yeah, she's definitely had some hard cuts here in this at-bat, just trying to put a ball in play. You got runners in scoring position. You don't have to hit one over the fence to be effective here at this at-bat.
She is so relaxed at the plate. 2-2 the count, and that pitch is upstairs to Aaliyah. And the count now 3-2.
We mentioned it earlier in game 1. She actually, over the past weekend, she broke the record for most doubles in a career with 40. So congratulations, Aaliyah Tucker, on another broken record here at the Mount St. Joseph.
3-2 to Tucker. First base is open. Nobody down, and that pitch swung on. Fly ball, left field. It is deep, and it is gone.
Well, we mentioned she was taking a couple hard cuts in that at bat, and she was able to find a pitch that was in and was able to take that for a 3-run bomb. And we just opened this game up to a 6-0 lead. So really good approach, really good at bat by Aaliyah. She got a pitch she liked and was able to take it over the left field fence for a 3-run shot.
Her 7th home run on the season, and the Lions now lead it 9-0.
6-0, Dave. Sorry, they put that on there wrong.
Yep, 6-0. So it's 6-0, and for Aaliyah Tucker, her 7th home run of the season, and her 26th RBI on the year.
Outstanding player. Again, she'll be in the mix for the HCAC Player of the Year for sure.
So that clears the bases, still nobody down, and it brings up Brooke Otto, who has doubled and flied to center. Otto, right-handed batter, and that pitch floats inside for a called strike.
Brooke's been a really good player for the Mount. Transferred in, got her for 3 years, obviously with the COVID 2020, so we really only got her 2 years, but she was a part of that 2019 regular season championship team.
And that pitch hangs inside for a ball.
She was really important on that team in a 35-7 record, and if the Mount were to finish tomorrow night as well, they would tie that 35-7 team with a 14-game winning streak. So really impressive, and several of these young ladies will be a part of both of those teams.
And still more games to go. That pitch gets by the catcher all the way to the backstop, 3-1.
Yeah, and still more games to go. And then this senior class will go down as the winningest class in program history. So this senior class has really done a lot, really changed this program, honestly, as far as a culture and a winning base, and done a lot of good things, a lot of broken records, and still a lot to play for and a lot of good things to come.
2-1, and that pitch lined into right field for a base hit. Smith will play it on the bounce, then throw it back to first base, but back in time is Otto as the ball squirted by Ralston at first.
Great hustle by Brooke Otto. Was able to drive a ball out to right field. Smith was on a heads-up play trying to come to first for the out. Brooke was busting it down the line all the way out of the box to make sure she didn't get thrown out of there. So really good job by Otto to get out and be on the lookout for maybe a stolen base here for Brooke. Give us another opportunity with a runner on.
So Otto on at first base after a 2-for-3 day. And it brings up Elizabeth Ivers, who has walked and doubled. Scored a run. Lions leading it 6-0 with a 3 spot here in the 4th. They have scored in every inning. And that pitch is outside for a ball.
Already 9 hits on the game for the Mount, so that offense has really gotten rolling. That just speaks volumes of how tough Lily Bierman was in Game 1. Obviously, we only got 2 runs off of her, but the Mount offense is starting to kind of roll again here in Game 2.
1-0 the count to Ivers. She squares, and there goes Otto, and the ball is not thrown down to second base as the catcher, Higginhold, scooped it and then couldn't get a good handle on the ball to throw down to second base. So the stolen base for Otto puts her at second. There's still nobody down in the inning.
Looking to have a productive at-bat here for Ivers. Up 2-0 in the count. There's a big hole in between right field and center, and have a good approach here.
2-0 the count.
So the run rule, just so everybody knows what's going on, 8 runs after 5 innings is the actual run rule now for college softball.
And that pitch floats over the heart of the plate at the knees for a strike, 2-1.
Wind's really picking up.
Yeah, and it's blowing out from left to right. Earlier today it was just swirling and then would blow out straight towards center field. 2-1 the count. Ivers at the plate. Nobody down, Otto at second, and that pitch is a change-up over the heart of the plate again, 2-2. Sarah Miller is on deck.
Interesting little change to the forecast tomorrow. I'm showing 63 is the high. We're playing at 4:30 and 6:30. There is a small chance of rain tomorrow night, 40% at 5 and 6 o'clock.
That pitch swung on and missed. Boy, Chuki pulled the string, and that's the first out of the inning.
She likes going to that changeup. She's got a couple of us striking out on that changeup, so that's her really good go-to pitch. So a really good pitch by Chuki to be able to get that strikeout.
Third strikeout of the afternoon by Chuki. 1 away, and it brings up Sarah Miller, who is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Struck out, grounded to second. One away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lions lead at 6-0, and that pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Miller looked like she got confused by that pitch and backed out of the batter's box. Chuki peers in for the sign, and the 0-1 pitch to the plate. Down low, nice stop. But there goes Otto towards third. She'll slide into third. Feet first, in safely.
Heads up play by Ivers. Ball in the dirt. Ivers. Heads up play by Brooke Otto at second. Ball in the dirt. Was able to get a good jump. Still third. Still another opportunity. Runner at third. 1 out. See if Sarah can have a productive at-bat here.
Boy, Chuki has really had a tough time today. 75 pitches, 43 called strikes. 1-1 the count, and that pitch swung on and missed. Again, back to that changeup, 1-2.
She really likes going to that, and it's effective. I mean, it's obviously got us out several times, and it's just, you could tell our hitters are really struggling with it.
1-2 the count. Well, I remember a reliever. 1-2. That pitch is upstairs, 2-2. For the Indians years ago, you might remember him, Doug Jones.
Vaguely, yeah.
Change-up, slow, slower, slowest. I don't think he threw anything above 85 miles an hour. But he was effective because he had 3 different speeds on it. The 2-2 down low by Higginheld. Nice stop. And the count now 3-2.
We talked about the Mount earlier this week. A lot of rain in the forecast. They had to practice in the new Centennial Fieldhouse up here on campus. Beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to stop by, definitely come by and look at it.
That pitch high and outside, ball 4. So Miller is on first base. Again, runners at first and third for the Mount. Otto at third. 1 down, and now the Lions will put in a pinch runner. And let's see who that will be.
Number 12.
That's going to be Caitlin Leslie. Leslie pinch ran in the first game also.
Pitch running for the Lions, number 12, Caitlin Leslie.
So Caitlin Leslie in at first base to pinch run for Sarah Miller, and Casey Bramble will come
now batting
to the plate.
left fielder, number 6, Casey Bramble.
That was the second walk of the ball game given up by Chuki. Boy, the Lions with an opportunity to maybe put the end to this game heading into the next inning. If they can score a couple more here, they already lead it 6-0. Chuki, as Bramble squares, there goes the runner at first, Leslie, and she'll go in standing with no throw down to second base.
Once again, we were able to steal second there. Runners on the corners, one out. We're able to get runners in scoring position. A base hit here would extend that lead to 8-0, and then the Lions would just need to get those 3 outs there in the top of the 5th for the run rule.
So that puts runners at second and third, Leslie at second, and Otto is at third. And the 1-0 pitch to Bramble is in tight. 2-0.
So depending on how this game finishes, obviously 6-0 lead here, but if the Mount go on to win this, puts a lot of pressure on Hanover. The last 4 games of the year, they go to Transylvania and then they play Franklin. They would have to get one of those games to clinch a spot in the HCAC.
The 2-0 is a called strike over the outside part of the plate. 2-1. If you get the ball anywhere near that outside corner, Chris, it's going to be a strike. 2-1 the count. Chuki to Bramble. Into the wind, and the pitch is a little too low that time. And the count now 3-1. You may have heard Beth Gotterwas say it's got to be your pitch on 3-1.
It's like dead silence here for a little while. All the noise was just kind of shot out of this place.
Wind blowing out towards right field now. The 3-1 pitch swung on, fly ball left field, going back is Cox. She'll reach up, grab it, and then dropped it. They're going to say she did have it long enough for the out. Tagging at third and coming home to score is Otto. Tagging at second is Leslie, and heading into third. But out at second base is going to be Bramble.
Looks like he's calling she caught it and dropped it during the transfer, but...
Yeah, I was watching him right away, and he did call it right away that he said it was on the transfer.
Still a good job by Bramble to put a ball in play. We were able to score a run there to push it to 7-0, so good job, good at bat, way to get an RBI and put a ball in play.
And that'll bring up Hodge.
Good job by, they call her Karate, but Caitlin Leslie is her name. Good job by tagging up from second on that play as well. She waited for that catch. Obviously, it was dropped. She was able to advance from second to third.
Yeah, she definitely was on the bag once the ball was
You could tell
dropped.
She went back, yeah.
Yes. And now they're going to bring the umpires together. I think they are talking about that as to whether or not she left too early.
And it gives us another chance. Like we said, a week from tomorrow is the HCAC tournament. The top 5 teams will get in, and the number 1 team who wins the regular season will host. Still a lot of games to be played this weekend to figure out who, what, when, where. But should be a fun week ahead and a fun weekend to keep up with it.
Now batting the second baseman, number 16, Maya Hodge.
So Hodge will step in with 2 down, up 7-0. Leslie still at third base. And Hodge, who had a base hitter last time up, watches that first pitch go too far outside for a ball, 1-0. Hodge has singled and bounced to short. 1-0 the count to Maya. Leslie at third. And the 1-0, that pitch is upstairs, 2-0. Waiting on deck is Woodyard.
Really good job by the Mount offense today. They've been really patient here in this second game and done a good job with runners in scoring position, putting the ball in play. They've scored in every inning, so really good job. Obviously, the pitching and the defense has been outstanding as well.
2-0 pitch is a floater in over the heart of the plate. 2-1 now the count. Well, a really good crowd here today, Chris.
It's been that way all season. We would like to thank the fans, and obviously COVID has limited the fans that are out here, but definitely really always a good showing. And
2-1, swung on, popped up to first base. Going back is the second baseman, Bradley, to grab it near the foul line, and that will end the inning. So the Lions score 4 in the inning. They've scored every inning of this ball game, and as we head to the fifth, it's the Lions 7 and Hanover nothing.
Stay up to date with all your sports information on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Mount St. Joseph University and Roger Bacon High School sports. Talk about the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians on the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night at 9 during the baseball season. Minute-by-minute scores, opinion articles, stories from the pros, college, and high school levels, including the WWE, MMA, and UFC. Increase your workout level and tickets to any sporting event, all in one spot. Check out UltimateSportsTalk.com every day for your sports fix.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Dave Mitchell and Chris Morris back here at the complex in Cincinnati, and the Lions lead it 7-0, and Cam McCool will face the bottom third of the batting order in Ava Higginbold, Courtney Chucky, and Rachel Cox.
Leading off for the Panthers, the catcher.
Higginbold is 0 for 1
Ava
on the afternoon. She struck out her first time up. In the first game, though, she was 0 for 3. Higginbold, right-handed batter, up close to home plate, and McCool throws that down low for a ball. Lions leading at 7-0.
checking in on a few scores. The only other game in conference right now, it's a non-conference matchup between DePaul, number 3 in the country, and Rose-Hulman.
That pitch high and outside, 2-0.
Got a score right now of DePaul 5, Rose-Hulman nothing in the top of the third. And again, that's a non-conference matchup. Just a one-game series tonight. Looks like to be, I think, at Rose-Hulman.
And that pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. So the count goes to 2-1. Tomorrow in the conference, we told you about this. Now, that game's already been postponed, Chris. The Hanover-Transylvania game tomorrow. Grounded left of third. Picking it up is Fincham. Squares, throws, got her.
Really nice job by Fincham. Her and Aaliyah were laughing over there. Aaliyah wanted her to let that go so she could make a spectacular play. But Fincham did a really good job coming across there in front of Aaliyah and was able to get that ball and throw it over to first for the first out. That's a mistake on the HCAC part. That game is scheduled to be played between Hanover and Transylvania.
And then the Franklin Mount game, those are the only games that are scheduled tomorrow.
So we'll definitely be scoreboard watching on that game.
One away, and it brings to the plate Chucky, and Chucky swings and fouls it back against the screen. Hit it so hard that it bounced right back to McCool at the mound. Ivers said, "I've been crouching all day, you pick it up."
I'm currently on Hanover's schedule, and it's still showing Thursday, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock at Transylvania for tomorrow.
The 0-1 swung on and missed by Chucky, 0-2. Yeah, we'll definitely be watching that. It would be nice if Hanover could go ahead and clinch tomorrow.
Be really good, and then if the Mount could potentially get 2 against Franklin tomorrow, we would know the answer.
That pitch upstairs, 1-2.
We would at least know where the tournament is, who the number 1 seed is, and then the rest would fall into place the rest of the way. We would actually know who was actually physically in the tournament as well if Hanover would get one over the next day or two.
1-2, that pitch is outside, 2-2. And like we've been saying, if the Mount hosts the tournament, Chris and I will broadcast every game of the tournament. Coming up next week, starting on Thursday. 2-2 pitch, down low. Ivers' nice scoop, 3-2.
I really hope we get a chance to show off this complex, man. It's a beautiful field out here now. Got a brand new turf outfield, brand new concrete backstop. It's just a beautiful place to be. Obviously, the Centennial Fieldhouse up on campus now is brand new, $20 million indoor facility.
And And the 3-2 called, strike 3 over the outside corner.
Cam's really locked in today. Got only giving up 2 hits, and you could just tell she's in a groove. She's getting ahead of hitters and working quickly and effectively and doing a really good job. Cam McCoy, as always, competing at a high level. I think that's going to be the biggest difference between the Mount and a lot of teams in the conference and Transy. Transy's got Bowling and Whitry. We've obviously got Miller and Cam McCool, so it's just going to be a really fun week ahead.
That pitch swung on and looped into left center field. It'll drop in front of the left fielder. And in at first base for a base hit is Rachel Cox.
Rachel Cox still hitting down there in the bottom of the lineup. Pretty good, pretty high batting average. Just a ball that blooped in between shortstop and left field for a base hit.
And that brings up Kinsley Bradley. Bradley 0 for 2 in game number 2. Lions won the first game 2-1. But this game is 7-0 Lions. 2 down. Cox at first, and the ball bounced right back to the mound. McCool picks it up and throws to first in time. The Lions have a chance to walk off on this one as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's Mount St. Joseph 7 and Hanover 0.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, put our money where our mission is.
Dave Mitchell, Chris Morris back here at the complex in Cincinnati on River Road. And the Lions with a chance to walk it off here this afternoon, leading at 7-0. A run will end this thing, and they'll send to the plate Gracie Woodyard, Rachel Gabbard, and Casey Fincham, the bottom 3 in the batting order. Woodyard, 1 for 2 in the afternoon.
Leading off for the Lions.
She has grounded to third, singled, and scored.
Gracie Woodyard.
As we said earlier, Gracie's one of our seniors. A couple of our senior girls will be graduating Saturday morning/afternoon, so congratulations to all the seniors who will be getting that diploma from Mount St. Joseph University.
Would you clean up my trash here, please?
I'm trying to. The wind's blowing everything towards me.
And Woodyard pops that one up near the first base side. Moving over is Ralston, and she grabs it for the first out of the inning.
Good play by Ralston to go get a ball out in foul territory. Made Coach Morris down there at first move over out of the way a little bit. Ralston was able to get it for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th.
So that'll bring up Rachel Gabbard, who has doubled twice in the ball game. Came around and scored 2 for 2. Gabbard, right-handed batter, 1 down, and that pitch swung on and tipped foul back to the backstop. 0-1 the count.
Talked about Coach Godowitz in her 20th season overall, 19th as head coach. Assistant coach Dee Dee Morris in her 6th season here at the Mount.
That pitch backs Gabbard off a little bit, but it goes for a ball, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch to the plate swung on and popped into left field. Going back is the shortstop, though, Hutchison on the outfield grass to take it in. And now there's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down for the Lions. And it brings to the plate Casey Fincham.
Third baseman, number 9, Casey
Fincham has reached on an error and flied to center field. So she is 0 for 2 officially with a run scored and a stolen base today. but she has smacked the ball hard. That first time she hit it out to center field, that was a line drive, and that pitch is a called strike one.
She's been really good at the plate as far as a good approach, being patient, taking a pitch and driving it. She's really excited, like we said about her and Bramble. I mean, Bramble, Hodge, and Fincham, Allie Lang, a lot of Rachel Gabbard, B. Ivers, a lot of good things happening for the Mount.
That pitch taken up high, 1-1 the count.
You're always looking forward. You're always recruiting. We've got a really good 2021 class coming in. Obviously, we lose a lot in our senior class, but we're really excited with the 2021 class. Really excited for the young girls on the team now.
That pitch is swung on and fly ball out to left field, but Cox reaches up and takes it in for the third out of the inning. So the Lions send 3 up, 3 down as we head to the 6th. That is still 7-0 Mount.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community. Open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
7-0 as we head into the 6th inning of play here. Mount 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They've left 5 on base. Hanover no runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and they have left 4 on base as we head to the 6th inning of play. Cam McCool back out on the mound. And it'll be the right fielder, Mackenzie Smith, then Kendra Hutchison and Bierman. So far in the ball game, McCool has given up just 3 hits, struck out 6, and walked nobody in 5 innings of work. Cam, with Fincham playing in at third, pitch swung on and grounded to short. Tucker up and over in time for the first out of the inning.
Really good job by Aaliyah. Stay calm, cool, collect the ball. Obviously, she's got a rocket of an arm from short, so makes a lot of plays look easy that are really tough. And this defense is really something special to watch. Obviously, we've mentioned it, top 10 in the country right now.
So that brings up Hutchison, who has singled and struck out, and McCool fell down after that delivery. 1-0 the count. Ivers is going to go out to the mound and check her out, and now Beth Gotterwitz is taking time and going to walk out and see if McCool's okay. She got up and started laughing at Ivers, so apparently she's okay.
Looks like she's trying to walk it off. Obviously, Coach Gotterwitz is concerned. We've got 2 big important games tomorrow, so you want to make sure you're healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, the last thing you need is an injury to one of your starting pitchers.
Yeah. Looks like she's okay.
So the first pitch was a ball. Ivers still out talking with McCool, and now Ivers will come back to home plate. I think that's still a trip to the mound. The umpire did not pull out her book, but I still think it's a trip to the mound. And the 1-0 pitch to the plate, and that pitch is swung on and line to right field, coming over is Woodyard, grabs it on the run, moving towards the foul line, and there are 2 away.
Good jump by Woodyard out and right. We've talked about it ever since she's moved over to right. She's felt really comfortable, really good play, really good jump. Was able to get the second out here in the top of the 6th.
So Lily Bierman will come to the plate, 0 for 2 in the game number 2. She has struck out, flied to left. Right-handed batter, 2 down here in the 6th inning of play. Lions lead at 7-0. And that pitch swung on and fouled straight back and out of play.
looking over the last 7 games for the Lions, depending on what happens here at the remaining of this game, only giving up 2 runs in 7 games. I mean, that's outstanding pitching, outstanding defense, so kudos to the pitching staff and the defense.
The 0-1 to Bierman, swung on and fouled back against the screen again, and it bounces right back out to McCool. Get a kick out of Ivers. It's almost like, hey, I've been crouching it for a doubleheader. You pick it up. And the 0-2 pitch to the plate, swung on, pop back here and over our heads and out of play again. Count stays at 0-2.
The Mounts they've hit 100 runs during their 11-game winning streak too. So I mean, a lot of things are going for defense, pitching, hitting, playing right at the right time, playing good at the right time.
That pitch low and outside, 1-2. They've won 11 in a row, going for 12.
Receiving votes for the top 25. They were ranked 3rd in the Central Regional rankings last week.
The 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. And the pitch swung on, fly ball, right field coming in is Woodyard, and it's going to drop in between Woodyard and Hodge out in short right center field. So base hit will go to Bierman. Still 2 outs, and it brings to the plate Dickinson.
Now batting the center
just
field.
Just out of the reach of Hodge and
Catherine Dickinson.
Too far in for Woodyard to make a play, just kind of fell in no man's land for a base hit.
And now I believe we're going to have a pinch runner for Hanover, and we will have a pinch runner for Bierman.
That's a smart choice. Obviously, they've got important games tomorrow, too. You don't want her to get hurt on the base pass. So
Emily Adams is the runner. Adams is also the 3rd baseman. So she will come in. And Dickinson, who is 0 for 2 in the afternoon, bounced to short, bounced to second and popped out to short. Bounces 1 to 3rd base, fair ball, throw across by Fincham in time. So the Lions get out of the inning. They give up a base hit, but no runs. And as we head to the bottom of the 6th, it is still 7-0 Lions.
Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB Co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB Co-host.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Aaliyah Tucker leading it off for the Lions. She takes the first pitch high and outside for a ball. She has homered and singled in this game, and that pitch swung on and a fly ball down the left field line. Boy, she got all of that one but pulled it foul. And the count now 1-1. Lions a run away from ending this one here in the 6th inning.
2 home runs for Aaliyah on the day, trying to make a statement for that player of the year in the conference.
That's right. 1-1 the count. Otto is on deck, and that pitch is a floater that hangs up above the belt. 2-1. Boy, Chucky really wanted that pitch. Tucker, the shortstop. 2-1 the count. Chucky into the wind, and the pitch to the plate is outside. 3-1. Tucker looking down to the third base coach's box. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, now steps in. 3-1 the count. And the pitch to the plate, down low, ball 4. The winning run is on at first base. And it brings up Brooke Otto, who has doubled, singled, fly to center, scored a run.
Number 4, Brooke Otto.
Tomorrow, Franklin, doubleheader here at the complex, 4:30 in the afternoon. Chris and I will be back here at 4:20. Tucker has already stolen a base here in this ball game. She's on at first base. And Otto squares. There goes Tucker. Throw down to second base. Bounces into center field. Tucker is going to just dust herself off at second and stay right there.
She sure does make it look easy, just getting down there and stealing. Obviously, she broke the record a couple weeks ago. For those who don't know, she is the all-time leading stolen base record at the Mount. So just kudos to her for making things happen when she's on the base path.
Otto took that first pitch for a ball, by the way.
So base hit here should score and should end the ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. But got to continue to battle. Hanover's looks like we're going to have a time call.
And now Corey Collinsworth is going to go out to the mound and talk to her pitcher. And that'll give us the opportunity to let you know that if the Mount does host the tournament, that we will be bringing you every single game here on Ultimate Sports Talk and YouTube. Lions scored 1 run each in the first 3 innings, and then 4 in the 4th, and that's how they lead it here at 7-0.
And taking care of business today. Obviously, tomorrow is a big day for them. They win, too. They will clinch a share of the regular season title, and then we will be scoreboard watching. Franklin's a good team. They're hot. They're playing really good. Birch is a really good pitcher. Natalie Weber, Bostic, they got some hitters. I mean, they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder as well. They're competing to stay in the standings as well. So tomorrow's games are really important for both teams as well. Kind of get this tournament atmosphere with these back-to-back day games and important emphasis. And both teams, everybody's kind of battling for spots.
The 1-0 pitch to Otto, swung on and popped foul behind home plate. Coming back is Higgenhold, and she has it. Boy, nice play by Higgenhold to get the first out of the inning.
She's made a couple nice plays there behind the plate, getting her mask off, being able to see it clearly, move to where the ball needs to be caught.
Now batting,
so really good job by her. And
number 18.
Like I said, it's not going to be easy. Hanover's not going to lay down. They're not that type of team, so you're going to have to work and drive a ball out into the outfield to score this last run.
Boy, Ivers has done just about everything you can do in 2 at-bats. She scored a run, had a hit, walked, struck out. Now she's got an opportunity to drive home the game-winning run. Ivers with Tucker at second, swung on, popped up into short center field. Going back is Hutchison, and she'll grab it out on the outfield grass for the second out of the inning.
Ivers frustrated with herself right there, was able to get underneath that ball and pop it out.
And now it's Sarah Miller.
Player number 3, Sarah Miller.
And so Sarah Miller will be at the plate. Miller has struck out, walked, and grounded to second. She came in hot at the plate, Chris, but here today she's been held in check by the Panthers.
Yeah, I was just looking at the box score of game 1 and not able to get a hit yet today, so hopefully gets a base hit here and walks this thing off for the Lions' 12th win in a row.
Tucker is at second, 2 down. And that pitch is down low and inside. Higginhold, nice job behind the plate to keep that out in front of her and hold Tucker at second. 1-0. 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Lions lead at 7-0. Chuki looking in for the sign. Tucker standing at second, and that pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. 1-1. Boy, Tucker really gets off the base with a big lead once that ball crosses the plate.
Rightfully so. She's really smart on the bases, and she knows what she's doing out there. And she's, like I said, heck of an athlete. Obviously, you don't break school records without being a heads-up player.
The 1-1 swung on and fouled back against the screen. And the count now 1-2 to Sarah Miller. Miller, right-handed batter. 1-2 the count. 2 down. Lions leading at 7-0. And the pitch to the plate swung on and missed. Strike 3, so Chuki battles out of it. And as we head to the 7th, it is now the Lions 7, Hanover 0.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes. You realized them.
Lions lead at 7-0. Cam McCool going for another complete game. It'll be Ralston, Higginhold, and Chuki. The scheduled 3 batters for the Panthers here this afternoon. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be right back here at the complex against Franklin. 4:30 game time, 4:20 here on the air. Ralston has struck out twice.
Number 3, Brittany Ralston.
She is 0 for 2 in this afternoon's second game. Lions won the first game 2-1 for their 11th win in a row, and they are 3 outs away from their 12th in a row. Wind blowing straight out to center field to open up the 7th inning, and McCool throws a fastball that was swung on and fouled straight back to the screen by Ralston. 0-1. McCool into the wind, and the 0-1 pitch is high and upstairs. 1-1 the count.
Looking in the box scores, we've had several hitters with 3 hits on the day. B. Ivers with 3 hits, Rachel Gabber with 3 hits, Aaliyah Tucker with 3 hits.
0-1 high and outside. 2-1. Cam looks like she might be overthrowing the ball a little bit here.
Yeah, just relax. Get it in the strike zone, let your defense make plays behind you.
And the one, I thought the scoreboard was wrong. It was 2-1, and now it's 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch to Ralston. And that pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. 6 Ks in the ball game for McCool.
Now batting
145 on the season.
Higginhold.
And it brings to the plate Ava Higginhold. Higginhold, the catcher, has struck out, bounced to third. 0 for 2 in game 2. 7-0 Mount on top of it. And that pitch is upstairs for a ball. Now looking out at Brooke Otto in center field. She's got those glasses on, as you were talking about, Chris, but she's putting her hand on her forehead to block the sun out.
Yeah, Hodge is doing a similar thing in second, so this sun is really...
1-0. Boy, nice popping fastball, but just off the corner. 2-0. McCool looking in would like to know where that pitch was at. Wind blowing straight out to center field. And the 2-0 pitch to the plate. That's a strike. 2-1. One thing about it, the Grizz are going to come in here loaded for bear tomorrow, pardon the pun.
Yeah, no doubt.
That pitch hit her. Hit Higginhold on the left elbow. So with one away, Hanover has a runner at first base.
Now batting the pitcher, number 12, Courtney Chuki.
So Chuki is up to the plate now with one down. Chuki has struck out, and she's also been hit by a pitch. That was the second hit batsman by McCool. And that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Cox is on deck, and that's no easy out. Even though she bats number 9, she's hitting .360 on the year. 0-1 the count to Chuki with one down. Higginhold at first, swung on, popped up into short right center field, coming in as Woodyard can't get it. Hodge picks it up, and now she bobbles it and can't get it to second base in time to get Higginhold, who had to take off for second. And she's standing in second base, and in at first base after the bloop single is Chuki.
Just another ball that was kind of in no man's land. Too far out for Hodge and too far in for Woodyard out in right field, and Hanover's got something going here in the top of the 7th with 2 on, 1 out.
Cox 1 for 2 in game 2. She singled her last time up. And the 1-out pitch swung on and fouled down the left field side into the bullpen. 0-1. Cam actually works off to the third base side of the rubber. And that pitch is down low. Nice stop by Ivers to keep it in front of her. 1-1. Higginhold is at second base. And at first base is Chuki. And the 1-1 pitch is swung on and tapped out in front of the plate. Ivers gets on it, throws to first base. There's nobody there. And now the Woodyard picks it up out in right field, throws to home, and in sliding safely into home plate is Higginhold, and it's 7-1.
Looks like the rotation was just confused a little bit. Hodge went to cover second. Nobody was there to cover first, and we threw down all the way to the right field line and Hanovers were able to get a run right there. So heads up base running, mental mistake there for the Mount to allow a run to come across. They just got mixed up on their rotations. Looks like Coach Morris is going to go out there and just kind of clean that type of thing up just so we can get that right for the next time.
Well, and Chuki ended up staying at second base as Higginhold came home to score, making it 7-1. And now the conference will break up on the mound. So Chuki standing at second base, and at first base is Cox after the error. Well, I would have thought that would have been an error, Chris, but they haven't marked it up as an error yet.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7.
For Cam, we're just looking for outs, so just find the strike zone, let the ball get into play, and let your defense work. Don't overthrow here.
Bradley will be the hitter now, the leadoff hitter, and that pitch tails up high for a ball. 1-0.
If you're looking at a Hanover lineup here, Bradley finds a way on, Smith finds a way on. You've got some real trouble with Hutchinson and Bierman up. I know it's 7-1, but 2 swings at a bat here, it can get interesting.
That pitch swung on and fouled back and over our heads on top of the press box. 1-1 the count. Well, we said Bradley and then the on-deck hitter, Smith. They are twins. Left-handed slap hitters that are identical in the way they play the game and almost identical in the way they look. That pitch is upstairs. 2-1. Boy, when you are not in the sun here, it is particularly chilly.
I will definitely have my jackets with me again tomorrow.
And the 2-1. That is a curveball called strike over the outside corner. Had to wait. I thought it was a strike, but was waiting for the call. And the count now 2-2. Still one down in the inning. Hanover's broken through for a run. And it's 7-1 Mount. Runners at first and second. That pitch swung on it, grounded to second. Hodge comes in, flips it to first, gets by Gabbard. Now here comes the runner home from third. The throw to home in time to get the runner, Chuki. And there are 2 away.
Heads-up play by Rachel Gabbard. Hodge was able to take a grounder and try to flip it over to Rachel. Looks like she just lost concentration and dropped it, but was able to pick the ball up. Hanover had tried to advance from third to home, and Rachel was able to throw it home to Ivers and put on the tag to get the second out of the inning.
So there are 2 away, runners at first and third. Bradley at first, and Cox is at third. And it brings up Mackenzie Smith, who has singled. She is 1 for 3, and that pitch is upstairs. Ivers had to come out of the crouch to grab that one, 1-0.
Boy, a few mental errors here for the Mount.
Yep. 1-0 with 2 down. And the 1-0 pitch to the plate, swung on, bounced right back to the mound, but Fincham will come in and grab it, throw over to first base in time, and the game is over. Boy,
nice pick by Rachel Gabbard right there.
That was, and Fincham, boy, just got the runner Smith at first base. So the Lions win it here this afternoon in game number 2, 7-1 to complete the sweep. Chris and I will be back to wrap it up right after these timeouts.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Well, Chris, the Lions win the first game 2-1 and the nightcap 7-1. Pitching and defense, even though they had an error in the 7th inning of play, but pitching and defense today was the name of the game.
They took care of business. Obviously, game 1 was a battle, and was able to grind that out. So great job by Sarah Miller, and great job with Aaliyah and Gracie Woodyard to get us the 2 runs there in game 1 to get that. And then second game took pretty much command early. Cam McCool was really good, really solid. Obviously, few mental breakdowns there in the 7th, but all in all, dominated pretty much all of game 2. Extended that winning streak to 12. Moved to 12-2 in the conference, and now a sole first position with a big night tomorrow night.
And Cam McCool won her 12th game of the year. She's now 12-4 in the ball game for Cam. In the win, she gave up just 1 run on those 5 hits. She struck out 7 and didn't walk a batter in the ballgame. Your final line score for the Mount, 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 6 on base. And for Hanover, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, and they left 5 on base. So now Hanover's record will move to 11-14. They are 8-4 in the Heartland Conference, while the Lions now are 12-2 in the Heartland, still in first place. They are now 25-8 overall, and they have Franklin coming to town tomorrow to wrap up the conference season. Game time will be at 4:30, and we'll be on the air, Chris, at 4:20 with the pregame, the lineups, and the first pitch.
Sounds good. Be an exciting night. Obviously, be scoreboard watching Transylvania, Hanover, and then obviously Mount and Franklin playing for everybody's playing for something tomorrow night. So could be a fun, exciting night, and excited to be here and get going again.
That's right. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Our thanks to Blake Watson and everybody here at the complex. For Chris Morris, I'm Dave Mitchell. Until tomorrow night at 4:20. Have a good night, everybody.